And we live, yo. What's up? Doesn't it feel weird to hear yourself?
Very weird.
Very weird. Yeah. You get used to it. Especially like when this comes out and you like actually listen to yourself without talking, it's even weirder. Like,
are you going to introduce me?
Yeah. So who are you?
It's Bree Brock.
Bree Brock. I'm Boss. Dennison is not here. You're a little busy, but it's okay. So, Bree Brock.
Yes.
Why are you so nervous?
I've never done this before.
It's like having a conversation with somebody.
With a giant microphone in your face.
With
but
a
true.
giant, just like, yeah, if you ignore all the other, like, the mic,
Yeah.
This is like what we usually do.
Yeah, exactly.
We just talk. So, Bree Brock, how you doing? How's life? Wait, let's start how I met you. How did I meet you?
Oh my God. I'm trying to think because we have so many pictures from like high school, I think. Well, I knew Jaylene.
Yeah, I tried Jaylene.
I know you knew her, but I think it was just the people we associated with freshman year of high school. We kind of just knew each other through that. I honestly don't remember how I met you.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It was like we were friends of friends. Like we were
friends of friends, and then I got obsessed with the idea. I was like, I love him.
Interracial couple.
Interracial couple.
Yeah, that's right.
And then that just like, but I was like, yeah, he definitely hates me. But you know, whatever. I was like,
when I was like, who is this white girl? Just, like,
exactly.
I saw one pic that you showed me, and you were hugging me.
Yeah.
And I was just like.
Yeah, you looked like you hated me.
I had no emotion. I was like, why was I like that?
I mean, I was annoying, but
it was a good annoying. It was funny.
It worked out.
Yeah. You definitely made me uncomfortable sometimes.
Sorry about that.
No, but that's funny. You're a nursing student, right? You're a nursing student?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a nursing student.
Yeah.
It makes me want to die.
Why?
Because, well, going in, like, I guess I had no idea. Like, I don't watch, like, any of those, like, like, I don't watch Scrubs or Grey's Anatomy. Like,
I just started watching Grey's Anatomy.
Really? I don't watch any of those shows. And so, like, I guess the only reason I was familiar with nursing is because of my mom.
Yeah.
But, like, you don't really think about how hard it is because, like, a lot of people don't know what goes into it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what went into it, and like I didn't even know what clinicals were until I started college. I had no idea that you went into the hospital and like did that kind of stuff. I thought it was just regular 4 years of like books and stuff like that.
And then you just all right, time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, all right, and like I mean, it pays good, and like you know, there's never going to be a shortage of nurses. It's something that like is always going to be
shortage of male nurses.
Shortage of male nurses. Well, there can be a nurse shortage, but it's a job that's not going to go away.
Yeah,
is like what I'm saying.
Yeah, people always dying. Funeral homes and nurses will always needed.
Yep.
Where are you going to put the dead people that the nurses kill?
I mean, you're not wrong, but hey, med errors happen. You just got to fix it.
Yeah.
You got to tell the doctor.
Yeah. I watched the first episode of Grey's Anatomy, and this guy promised the family that the surgery would go out good.
You cannot do that. You're not allowed to do that at all.
And the doctor made him go tell the family.
Yeah,
That was so bad. I felt so bad. Like even though it wasn't real, I was like,
they say like you don't say I'm sorry, you say I wish. Like, oh, I wish it could be better. I wish I could do more.
They do say I wish.
Yeah, you don't say I'm sorry because it's like it makes it seem like if I were to say like, oh, I'm sorry your son has cancer, it makes it seem it's like they say it can be as if like you did something wrong because you say I'm sorry when you do something wrong, so they'd say not to say that. I mean, that's what they teach you in school.
Is there like a whole etiquette for this?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like it's definitely learned on the job, but you do have to learn how to talk to people because it's weird like having like giving somebody a bed bath and then they just start talking about their divorce. You're like, what? I'm just scrubbing your back. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, my husband left me. Like, you have to get used to that stuff, or you have to get used to people talking about themselves dying, or them saying like, oh, like I'm gonna die, or oh, like I wish I wasn't dying, stuff like that. Because like not every day on the street somebody's like, I got 2 weeks to live, and you're like, oh, yeah, you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So that's what they teach us. Well, at least at my school, the first semester of sophomore year, we have a communications clinical. So, like, you go and talk to old people for a few hours.
Wow. My sister's she's a med student. She's in the oncology department right now for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And she's treating like cancer patients and stuff. And she says, those patients are the most nicest patients.
Yeah.
I'm like, who are the shittiest patients?
Not to call anybody out, but from my job, older people are not the best just because they're pretty stubborn. Geriatrics is something a lot of people work in it because they have to, but I know it's probably not everybody's favorite.
Wow. It's funny how, like, the cancer people who, like, they're about to die, they're nice as shit.
Because they don't, what do they got, like 2 weeks? And so, like,
Yeah,
they're like, well, I might as well be nice.
Right. It's like they just did all the web.
Yeah.
Yeah, oncology, that you having cancer and you're a dick before you die. Like,
I mean, it could happen, but I feel like those people are so focused on just living the rest of their life out as best as they can.
Yeah, have you ever seen the movie 50-50?
Mm-mm.
It's a movie with forget this man, Seth Rogen and someone else, but
I love Seth Rogen so much.
This dude, not Seth Rogen, but the co-actor or whatever. He shaved his head and made himself. This is a great movie. Shaved his head, shaved all his hair, and he pretended he had cancer.
Oh my god.
Well, pancreatic cancer or whatever. And then later in the movie, spoiler alert, he has pancreatic cancer.
Oh,
he
wow.
actually gets the rarest form of pancreatic cancer. Like, it was supposed to be all comedy, like.
Oh my god.
And that shit was like a sad comedy. It was a tragic comedy. I was like,
well, now I'm not gonna go watch it because I know it happens.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But it's just, cancer is weird.
It is. My last semester, like spring semester before we shut down. Because of COVID, we watched a movie on Netflix called The Endgame. No, not The Avengers Endgame, but like I was thinking that. Called The Endgame, and it just basically talks about people on hospice care, like people that are actively dying, and it's really sad to see. I had a patient like that at work, and it's like, and he had liver cancer. Okay. So it's sad because it just sucks the life out of you.
Can you drink when you have liver cancer?
No. What?
No. No.
Oh my god, literally drinking alcohol makes your liver worse. Like excessive alcohol.
Wait, so if someone like that were to drink liquor,
it would speed up their process probably. I mean,
or would like, hey man, I'm going out with a bang.
I mean, you can't, like, if that's what makes you happy, I think you could do it. But at the same time, like, it's not helping you anymore. You know what?
It's probably like a really fun job. The people who like do those. What do you want to do before you die? Like the people that make a Wish Foundation.
I was like, where are you going with this?
No.
Yeah, I think
that must be an awesome job.
It's probably awesome because like you always hear I mean, I don't know if they do it for adults, but I always hear Make a Wish for the children. So I mean, I guess that's nice because you get to make the dreams come true of a child, but the child is dying.
You can live vicariously through the child.
You're going to be happy because the kid's going to Disney. That's a little depressing. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I've honestly, I mean, like I've seen that kind of stuff online, like John Cena or Johnny Depp goes to like Children's Hospital and like visits people. Like I think that's cool. Especially if you're a nurse and you just walk out onto the floor and like Johnny Depp is like walking around.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, Jack Sparrow.
All in character, but
that's so
cool.
Am
I dead? Like,
I loved Pirates of the Caribbean when I was little.
Yeah, I just remember like always coming in halfway into those movies. I don't remember the beginning.
I remember the first one. I think the second one, I remember the Black Pearl, and I don't know if that's the first one. I don't remember. And then the one with Davy Jones with the octopus guy. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
That's.
And then I saw the very last one.
How many are there?
Oh my god! It's like the movie that it's like one of those movies where they just milk it. They just keep making like 10
Impossibles, Mission Impossibles, whatever.
The last Pirates of the Caribbean I saw was the one where, spoiler, what's his name?
If you haven't watched it, like
it's what's his name? Orlando Bloom. I forget what's his name. I forget his name in the movie.
I don't know.
And then Elizabeth Swann, isn't that the girl?
Swan?
Yeah, they end up getting back together.
Okay.
He's not Davy Jones anymore.
They
break the curse. Sorry, guys.
Every time I hear David Jones, I just think of
I think it's SpongeBob.
Yeah, I think it's SpongeBob with the green dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
what was I gonna say? Oh, I forget. It
Davy
was about
Jones with
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob?
Yeah, it was about SpongeBob. Oh, did you know they're trying to make a new show? A new SpongeBob show?
Would it be SpongeBob? Like,
it's about, I think it's like called Camp something. It's like about like the SpongeBob. I think it's about them as kids, yeah.
what? As kids?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'd be down to watch that.
I hope it's good. I feel like it could be really bad.
It could be.
Because the new SpongeBobs are trash.
And you can hear the voice actors are a little different.
Yeah. Well, didn't somebody just pass away? Was the creator of the show?
I think it was the creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I feel like since he passed away, they're just kind of like, oh, we'll just make another show now. Like.
Right. Move on.
Yeah.
It's already that probably keeps Nickelodeon running. Like,
oh, for sure. Like Nickelodeon doesn't have any other good shows except for the Thundermans. No, not the Thundermans. Henry Danger.
Henry Danger.
The one where he was he's
that?
the sidekick of I forget the superhero's name. Henry Danger is the sidekick of Captain Man. That's what it is.
This is on Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Was this Nick at Night?
No, this is like just regular shows during the day. I honestly couldn't name any more TV shows on Nickelodeon. Or honestly, even Cartoon Network. Because when I was younger, all I watched was regular show and Adventure Time. But mainly regular show.
No, all I watched was like Naruto or some shit.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
what is up with... Yo, people are starting to love anime. I've been putting a lot of people on anime.
Everything goes through phases, I think.
Do you still watch anime after the whole Tinder thing?
Oh, we're bringing that up? Are we getting into that?
What's up with Tinder?
All right. Well, we'll come back. Well, the anime thing, a little hurt after what happened. We'll get to that, folks. But I still would watch it. I mean, I used to before, like, I would say, like, in high school, I tried to get into it. Okay. And but I was into it more like, I forget what it's called, but like I just like those sport animes with all boys, cause anime guys.
Hey, they be drawing the shit out these niggas, yo. Like
they be ripped.
Every line, yo. Every line.
There's a basketball one I watched.
I know that, yeah.
The volleyball one.
Haiku, some shit.
Yeah, there was a ice skating one, but I never got into that. But I know about that one. Tried to watch Attack on Titan. I did like it.
Yeah, I like the show.
But I think I just need to go back and like watch it again. Trying to think of other ones. I used to read. I used to
read a lot of manga.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to read a manga that was like a girly one, like not like Sailor Moon, but like kind of like that, where it was like girls with like superpowers. And I honestly forget the name of it, but I was obsessed with it when I was little, and I loved reading that so much. I think I would rather read it than watch it, honestly.
It was me for a little bit, but then I just got lazy, and I'm just I just want to see the action.
Yeah, but I do want to get into it. Honestly, I don't know what that guy even watched. He who shall not be named.
What are we gonna? Let's give him a nickname.
Should it begin with the same letter, or should we change it up?
It doesn't matter. Whatever it rhymes with.
I mean, it's pretty obvious if it rhymes.
Potato.
That's one of his nicknames. You need to cut this out.
Hey, no way. Potato?
Yeah, that was one of his nicknames.
Potato. Okay, potato.
Tomato. So we'll call him T.
Okay, T.
Okay, so T.
After the whole Tinder thing, after that whole situation, like, how do you feel about Tinder?
I think Tinder's fine. I just think within that person's situation, like, I'm not gonna like throw them under the bus or anything.
Yeah, let's give the audience a little tea. Like, what happened?
All right, so here's the tea, y'all. He still follows me on Instagram, so he probably won't hear this, but. So actually it's funny because like I was thinking like when did we like start meeting or when did we start like hanging out? So I think I was talking to Melissa and I think our first date was at like the end of June. Like it's been like the whole summer. And like at first we weren't exclusive, so I was still talking to other people at the same time. So it didn't get serious till like I think it was the beginning of July. It was like July. No, beginning of August, my bad. It was like August. We dated for like 2 weeks, but it really was. So it wasn't that serious. Yeah. But we were talking like basically the whole summer and everything was fine. He flaked. God, do you remember how many times? I think I texted you.
I've seen so many times.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would text you every time he flaked. Yeah. I think he flaked twice. And each time I hung out with you and like Mel and like Dom and Joe. So like it was fine when he flaked the first few times, and then he flaked last week all weekend, and on it was Tuesday.
I'm a little sick.
Yeah, he flaked Tuesday night, and then he flaked all weekend, Thursday, Friday, and then you were with me. Was that on a Thursday or Friday?
It had to be like Thursday.
I think Thursday was the day where he was like, "Oh, we got to break it off." And like, I talked to Melissa about it, and it's like, I just felt like my time was wasted because we both had established that we wanted a long-term like thing. But as my wise friend Tom said, nobody. Tom Kava.
He's a
shout out
yo,
Tom
we be shouting him
Kava.
out all the time on this
Shout
podcast,
out Tom Kava. That's my bestie Bob. He said no guy on Tinder is looking for a serious relationship, and if he thinks he is, he's wrong. And I know that's very controversial, but
I think that's true.
I think it's true because I think
I'm that guy.
Yo, what's up with guys and not committing? We'll get to that.
We can talk about it all.
Bro, like this guy, I don't know, Tomato, he just made me so sad that weekend. I'm over it though.
Yeah.
I was fine before and I'll be fine after. Like I don't need
a little summer fling.
That's what I was like, you know what, it turned out to be a summer fling, and like if that's what it was, that's what it was. And like the reason I am not getting too in depth into it is because like it involved his personal problems. But
understandable.
It's just like don't waste my fucking time.
Time is
Sorry,
money.
can I curse on this podcast?
Yeah. Oh, I like how you just asked. Can I curse on this podcast?
Is that okay?
No, this is censored.
Beep.
Well, hey,
yeah, but anyways, he just wasted my fucking time, and like I don't have time for that anymore. But I am back on Tinder, so if you guys, if you guys see me, like swipe right or whatever.
What's your Instagram handle? We gonna do it right now, and we're gonna do it at the end of the podcast.
Okay, my Instagram is Bree Brock.
Yeah.
I'm Bree Brock on pretty much everything. So, but I don't have a lot. I have just Instagram. So.
All right, but the commitment thing with the Tinder, like I agree with that. Cause I'm talking to a girl right now on Tinder. And she was telling me how like, I go for older guys because she found out that I was like I was a little bit older than her, but the same age.
What? How old is she? Excuse
20.
me. You're 20.
Yeah, right. She said I go for older guys that are like 25 because she's like people that are like my age, they act like they're 15.
Okay, see, I like somewhat agree with her because when I was with Tomato's friends, 2 of his friends were farting and making pictures of dicks. So that's just guy shit, and I don't care about that. But the thing is, I was gonna say, as I was thinking to myself, like I was doing the same thing as her, like you swipe on guys that are like 26. Like I think I had mine set to the highest age I'd go was 26, and like. That's fine. Then I was thinking, I was like, why is this 26-year-old coming after a 20-year-old? Why isn't he going for a woman his age? So it says something about him. Like to me, I was just like, this guy is going to be 30 in 4 years and I'm only 20. And like, he's trying to go for someone that's still like in college and stuff. Like to me, to me, I was like, wow, like, when you go for a guy that's your age, he acts like he's 15. But then when you go for a guy that's older than you, it's almost like, I mean, I don't mean by 2 years. I mean by 6 years. Yeah. It's like, he's 26. Why isn't he getting with the girl his age?
But you know what's funny? Because some of my friends have done this where they get with a woman who's like 5 years older than them or 6 years older than them. And they're like, yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah. It's like, it's such a weird, and I don't want to like say, it's just like a weird gender thing, I guess. Like for the guys it's cool, but for the girls it's like, oh, you can do better. You don't need the older guy. He's just creepy.
I mean, Leo like 20-year-old, so Leonardo DiCaprio, like they're above age.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's like him young.
I guess, I don't know. I guess it's such a hard call, and like it depends on the person, because there's 15-year-olds that are more mature than a 26-year-old. Like it really just depends. But that's like. I kind of agree with her. Like, sometimes guys our age can be pretty immature, but I mean, all of the guys I've dated have been really immature.
Yeah, you got terrible taste.
I have terrible taste. I need to improve.
Oh my gosh. You know Bert Kreischer, right?
Yes, of course I do.
I
Machine.
Feel like, the machine. I feel like he's like a good example of like,
oh my God, yes.
How the late, like an older woman, like just get stuck in a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. His wife is so pretty too.
Yeah, and like they're polar opposites.
But I think that's good. I think she can like calm him down. Almost like they complement each other. Like,
okay.
And she seems pretty cool too. I think she has a podcast. I haven't listened
They
to
do
her.
have a podcast.
No, I know Tom Segura and his wife have a podcast,
Your
and
Mom's
she's
House.
also a comedian. But she seems pretty funny. Like she is funny, but like they seem to. She almost, to me, seems more wild than Tom at times. Like, I don't know.
Christina?
Yeah, I think Christina can be like...
Definitely.
Yeah, she seems more wild than him.
Her?
It's like almost the opposite of Bert and... what's his wife's name? Ina?
Bert and... not Isla. That's his daughter's name. Why can I forget?
I forget, too. I literally was just on her Instagram page. I forget. I don't remember.
We gotta get it right now. I'm not gonna...
Are you gonna look it up?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a Tinder notification. Oh, but oh, I had another. Leanne, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew it was like kind of country sounding.
Yeah, Leanne. She do got a country accent. Yeah. I don't know. There's something about a country accent. When a girl has a country accent and she talks to me like, oh, hello.
I can do country accent.
Y'all Blair.
No, I'm not gonna do it here. I love my British accent, but I'm not drunk for that.
Cup of tea. I mean, so people are telling me how they, you know how people go overseas or abroad to study?
Yeah.
They go crazy when they do that.
What do you mean?
As in, like, no, they like fuck everybody. Like.
Oh, well, I mean, think about it. You're going to another country. Yeah. You know you're not going back. You might as well go crazy while you can. And like, it's like. The nightlife, I feel like especially in like, let's use like England or like Ireland as an example, because the drinking age isn't 18. So like the people over there are already partying by the time they're 18 years old, whereas we're still going to house parties like, oh my god, I hope the cops don't show up, everybody in the basement. Like they're already at bars. Like I think the nightlife is very different because by that time you're already adapted to going to bars and like, you know, like bar hopping and doing all of that. I mean, granted, you can get a fake, but most 18-year-olds don't look 21.
Right.
I mean, at least girls don't.
Did I look 21 when I was 18?
Hell no. You still, like, you looked like a baby. We looked at the pictures of you.
Okay, yeah, I did look at it. Because I had no facial hair.
You had no facial hair, and your hair was still pretty long.
Yeah, why did I keep that little goatee? I was like, yeah, guys, look at my little...
Because you wanted a beard bad. Yeah. You couldn't get one.
Like, so funny, yeah. It's funny how you just look at yourself. Dude,
looking at pictures from high school, I wish I brought out my yearbook so we could look through them. I have them upstairs.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was... Oh, my God. I looked at... Because I have the yearbook from freshman year and the one from senior year. I don't have the two in between.
Oh, really?
Because the one senior year is free. And then I got one freshman year because I thought it was still a thing to buy yearbooks.
I think it's smart because you see how you went from freshman to senior.
So I was like, well, at least I have one from the first year and last year of high school. But like, it's really not a thing to buy a yearbook anymore and sign it. I still like that. I think that's cool. Like in middle school, we did that.
Boy, hey guys, look at this.
Yeah, exactly. Like look how ugly I was. Like freshman year, oh my god, every single one of us looked horrible freshman year. We all.
And you just don't know it at the time. Like,
no, you really are like, dang, I look good in that.
Oh yeah, catch you in my new sneak.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but we had to wear, them fucking.
We had to wear Eastlands, but but even then, like, if I had a picture of my uniform from freshman year to senior year, my skirt was so short. I had the Eastlands like slippers. I never tucked my shirt. I was completely different.
Yeah, that is true. From goth breed.
Oh my god, shut up. It was emo, not goth.
I'm sorry.
Get it right.
Emo breed.
To what I am now.
Fashionista breed right now.
Thank you. Biker shorts and oversized sweatshirt. That's the look.
That's what we got vintage shopping.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson University Hospital.
Yeah, that shit looks dope.
Yeah, it's a nice sweatshirt. I mean, it's a little long, so I rolled the sleeves. But when I washed it, I felt like it shrunk a little bit.
You look cozy in that.
It's cozy. That's gonna be the whole winter wardrobe. Just sweaters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be home, so I'm not doing anything.
That is true.
You're leaving me, so.
Will be up in New Brunswick. I'm only a train ride away.
That's true. I have my car too. I'll drive up there.
I drive up there. It'll be dope. Come out, little kickbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna hopefully have a studio, and people are gonna see videos. They're gonna be able to see us.
That's crazy. Seeing videos, I could never. Like, this is fun. This is a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
But being on camera,
I feel like that would be hard for guests.
Yeah, like on camera and that's crazy.
I'd be like, don't worry, it's literally just us having a conversation.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, like, I guess as being like a podcast listener, you kind of like I watch like the H3 and like, God, what other I'm like thinking of other really good podcasts.
Two Bears, One Cage.
Yeah, like all the like just from tuning into those, like I see how like natural it can be just talking. Like if there's a camera here, as long as you're not looking directly in the camera, I think it's like,
oh yeah,
it's fine.
Just gotta. Yeah, to me, I feel like I'm used to it. Like even if there'd be a camera, because me and Dennis and Dennis have just been doing it for like so long.
Yeah,
I feel like we're past the year now.
Really?
We're past.
How many? Like what number is this? Do you know?
This would be. I think this would be number 50, number 49 or 50.
If it's 50, I want to be on the 100th. I want to be on the 50
Shit,
podcast later.
I'll book you.
I'll
book you.
Yeah.
I'll book you. That's dope. Yeah, I honestly like really like doing this because I get better at talking.
No, yeah, I think it's good for like communicating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a little bit more comfortable now that we're into it. At first, I was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do? What do I say?"
It's just talking, like blah blah blah. You just talking shit.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we talked shit about tomato.
Yeah,
so
tomato.
Yeah. Oh.
But back to Tinder. Do you think that's
yes.
like in 20, 30 years, like, Mom, Dad, how'd y'all meet?
See, I think that could be a possibility because I do know people. Like, I know one of my girlfriends, her sister met her husband on Tinder.
Oh, wow.
Now, granted, they're still like they're like in their mid-20s. Like, they're still really young. I just think, like, it's possible, but at the same time, it's like, how many people on Tinder really do end up staying together? Like, they might date for a little bit, but then they might break up. Like, it's so hard to find, I guess you could say, the one off of there. But I still feel like it's just going to end up being, like, it's stories like, oh, I met them through a friend. I feel like that's a lot of times how people meet.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You know how you're telling me how you told Tomato to tell if anybody asks us how we met? We met off whatever.
I was like, if anybody asks how we meet or we met, just say we met through mutual friends.
Yo, the Tinder girl that I saw like last week.
Yeah,
she said something similar. She's like, say we met on Instagram. I was like,
yeah, because Tinder has like a certain stigma to it where it's like, oh, I'm only here to fuck.
Why is it that's well,
that's because what the app is really for. If you're being realistic, a lot of times people only use it for that. There are people that are like, oh, I'm just looking for friends, or I just need a smoking buddy or whatever. Like, there's people that are on there for all sorts of stuff, but most people, most people
hate when I see that shit. Yeah.
Look, it is pretty entertaining to talk to people. All right. As immediately after Tomato was like, I'm leaving your ass, I went and I was like, that's fine. I have Tinder. I was like, that's cool. I'm trying to look to see if I got any funny. Sometimes I get some real funny ones.
What's the funniest like pickup line someone's ever given to you?
I wouldn't say funniest pickup line, but one time a person sent me, I don't know how it's pronounced, GIF or GIF.
Yeah.
GIF, whatever. They sent me a clock, but instead of numbers, it was sex positions. And it said, what's your favorite time? And I was like, I was like,
2:30?
12? So I'm trying to see. Somebody the other day said some... I've matched. I love matching with people I know. Oh my god, it's so funny. I matched with you. I was like, hi, boss.
Isn't that funny?
I matched with your brother too, so hit me up.
Yeah, if he listens to this, hit Brianna.
Oh my god.
I don't think he's ever listened to the podcast.
Oh really?
He knows I do it too. It'd be a weird thing where your family's just not vested in what you do.
Hey, I mean, I wouldn't want my parents hear what I'm saying on this.
Yeah. My mom has listened to it a couple times.
Oh, that's nice.
She thinks it's funny. As long as she thinks it. Today was her birthday. Yeah, that's why I was a little late.
You have to. Oh no, you have to tell her I said happy birthday.
Yeah, we sang happy birthday and everything.
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to find one. Basically, this guy was like sit on my face and chill. And I was like, do people really say this? Like,
sit on my face.
I was like,
chill.
do guys like think that girls like to hear that? Because I'm telling you right now, guys, we don't like to hear that. We don't.
A lot of porn. There's a lot of porn that makes these.
Porn's not realistic. Change my mind.
You could definitely like get hypnotized if you watch so much porn and you're like, no, this is how it's supposed to be in reality.
No, it's not like. Oh God, I'm trying to think of like a funny one. I don't even know, but it's definitely not like you just all of a sudden are like bending her like a pretzel. Like I think my legs would break.
Yo, someone said, so you know how there's like crazy porn, like crazy dominatrix porn, right?
Oh yeah.
Someone actually, so you know those girls, sometimes they're
actually, I found it. Face Sit and Chill by
oh my God, Face Sit and
Chill. It's a
Chill.
Basic name, Joseph. Face Sit and Chill.
How does he look like?
Here, I'll show you. He's not even like cute. Like don't say that
all
to
right,
me.
Hunter. He looked like
another big thing on Tinder, guys love fishing pictures.
I've been told.
We were together when I showed you how many guys had like fishing pictures in their profile.
Gun range, yo.
I know guys with pictures of them at a gun range or just a gun in general. I'm just like I need to just swipe left. But
hey, I can protect you.
Yeah, like I'm good. But yeah, guys love to put fishing pictures in their profile. I have a picture of me holding a fish. I was thinking about putting it in there just cause. But the fish is also like smaller than my hand, so I was like, I don't know, it doesn't look that tough.
Yeah.
Wait, what were we saying before that?
No, it was the dominatrix.
Oh,
about
yeah,
the
yeah.
girls who do that. Sometimes they get like treated really poorly, and I was listening to a podcast, and her name is Nikki Glazer.
Wait, what does she look like?
She's blonde, kind of short, white.
Nah, I'm thinking of a different girl.
Yeah, so Nikki Glazer, she says she's like into that porn, like she likes watching that shit. And
really?
She says she actually pays for it.
Really?
Because she feels so bad for how like brutalized these girls are.
Wait.
And that made so much sense. I'm like, if you don't watch it, pay. Like, like help these guys, help these girls, because girl actors actually don't really get the money from porn.
Really?
Yeah, it's the producers.
You know, yeah, that does stink because like it's still and it's an industry that people don't look up like upon with like
at all
positive.
Like,
you know, like they don't see it positively. But like those people, like it's hard work. Like not everybody can be a porn star, right?
That shit is hard work.
No,
the camera, when the camera's in front of your face, like, all right, man.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, all right, finish now. It's like it's so weird, but I think it's Cody Ko and Noelle Miller that watched this video. I'm trying to think because it was definitely I watched somebody watch it.
Yeah.
But there's this one porn where this girl's in like a cage and it's like built into the floor. It's like a tube, like a cylinder. Think it like a oh god. And then she's like ball gagged and all of a sudden it's like it looks like this. I'm holding up a
Jibble?
No, this one's a U.
Okay.
Whatever, it's a different type of speaker, but it's like a cylinder shape and it's tall and it's a cage and she's lowered into the ground like in a living room. It's in the middle of a living room and the guy is like, oh, nobody's gonna be able to find you here, and it's like, whoa, this is a little serial killery. And then he takes a piece of rug and puts it over top and then fixes it to where like the rug has a pattern, so he turns the rug to like the right pattern and then he puts a piece of furniture over it and you can just hear her screaming. And she's just trapped in the ground. And, like, that's the porn. That's it.
People get off to that?
I guess so. People make it.
Oh, my God.
I was like, what am I watching?
That is terrible.
We need to watch. This is why you need a studio so we can watch those videos.
Have like a reaction.
Yeah, have a reaction video.
Yeah, that would be dope. That is, if...
I'll find it, and I'll send you the Cody Ko video.
That has to be illegal. There's been some porn producers that gotten arrested for doing illegal shit like that.
That's crazy. Especially if like this girl thinks she's signing up for just a regular, you know, like it's just gonna be one guy, and then all of a sudden there's like 5 guys standing in a kitchen. You're like, this isn't in the script.
Oh my God, yeah, they're like completely like blindsided.
I couldn't imagine that.
Nah.
But I mean, I was gonna say, what's her name? Mia. What's her name?
Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, she's on a podcast with Philip DeFranco. I didn't finish it, but I know isn't she a famous? Isn't she a porn star?
She was in it for like 2 years and stopped.
Yeah, I think she talked about the industry in that podcast. So if you're I would watch it if you're interested.
Now she does sports.
Oh, I think she talked about that.
She does sports. Like she did a whole 180 or 360 or 720.
I mean, good for her because if she got out, if she only did it for 2 years and got out of it, maybe it wasn't
but then,
good.
Like you look at her Instagram, and be like, you still want to do porn. Okay.
Hey, if you got it, flaunt it. You know.
Right, yeah.
Like
yeah.
I see Meg The Stallion, love her. She posts the best pictures of her body. I love it. And she fishes now. I love that.
She fishes?
Yeah, she has fishing pictures on her Instagram.
I want to go fishing so bad.
I know. I think. Well, the last time I went was when I was in Delaware, like 3 weeks ago. But before that, I haven't been fishing. Like before that time, I hadn't been fishing for like a year.
Something about just being
sitting on that water and just throwing that fish.
For that cod to come up,
waiting to catch that bass. But it is relaxing. Yeah. You just you sit. The music might scare the fish away, but you can just have headphones on, just chill. So I know a lot of people find it really boring, which it can be, especially if you don't catch anything. But if you go with people and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I would say I just flew in my mouth.
Ew.
But you just bring up Meg The Stallion, so Tory Lane's actually
yeah, she went on her Instagram and said he shot me. He got her, or he got his his people to go to these I don't know, websites and magazines and say
and lie, right?
Yeah, and lie. Yeah. But he shot her after an argument, I think.
He felt threatened.
Dude, he's my height. I'm 5'1".
Meg The Stallion 5'11". He felt threatened.
Yeah, he was. And it was probably so traumatizing. I can't imagine. And and I don't think there's anything about what they were arguing about or how it went. I'm sure it's all in police reports, and they can't make it public yet.
People were it involved Kylie Jenner.
Bro, Kylie really just fucks everything up, okay?
yo, for real.
When she was in the WAP video and everybody is not happy about that. The WAP video? The WAP?
Who's that by?
The wet ass pussy?
By Meg The Stallion?
Well, it's Cardi B feature Meg The Stallion.
Okay.
Yeah. She's in the music video and everybody was really upset with that because she just tries to take she taking spots that black women can be in, or
really?
I think she gets into that culture and kind of just takes it and runs with it at times.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I really don't know much about the Kardashians, so I don't want to speak too much on her or the family, because I know Kim's trying to do better things and stuff.
She bailing me people out of jail.
Yeah, so I can't
done.
Say anything bad about if she's trying to do something positive. I honestly really I'm not a person who ever watched the TV show even before they blew up.
My mom used to watch them all the time, so sometimes I sit down and watch it.
Yeah, I knew who Kim Kardashian was when I was little because of Paris Hilton. I didn't know.
That's true. They used to hang out.
Yeah, I don't really know much about their family. I know who they are, but yeah.
I know what you mean. There's this instance how they were selling T-shirts that had Biggie and Tupac on it.
Oh, really?
You remember?
I think I remember that.
And
I think so.
It was a whole trouble because NWA came out and nobody supported it. Even the president, Nixon's wife or whatever, was like, "This is bad music."
Oh my God.
And everything, and now they're profiting off it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
I feel I remember hearing about that, that situation.
It wasn't too far.
That is kind of weird though. That's just I can't imagine another celebrity being I'm gonna sell pictures, or I'm gonna sell T-shirts with Kurt Cobain's face on it, and it's what you if you weren't associated with that person to begin with, why are you selling pictures with, or why are you selling T-shirts with their face on it?
It's cool now, but
10
years ago or whatever, or 20 when it was popping, y'all thought this was bad music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get that. That's
you know what I was watching the other day? I like Lil Yachty. I think he's so funny. And I was going on a binge watching thing of him, and he was in an interview and he had said something Biggie was overrated. And I was like, whoa. Whoa.
That's his opinion.
No, but yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. And I understand because there's T-shirts with the Tupac and Biggie. There's just so many celebrities now that you just hear about all the time.
I feel he might think they're music, but I feel like they go past music.
Yeah.
As into the culture.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why they're so big.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you could say their music's overrated, but what they did,
yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, but because I listen to the music, but I know for me personally, the Beatles, everybody thinks their music's overrated and them as a band, but then you have to remember they're kind of the first of their generation to do what they did. They went from, their sound changed from pop music all the way to this weird rock, and if you listen to their first album out, or
you can see the
and then you go in to the White Album or something, you're like, wow, this is really different. And they just experimented, and I just feel like they did a lot for, at least in the community of rock and roll and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I was reading this book called 10,000 Hours. Basically, it takes 10,000 hours to become a pro at something.
Oh, really?
And they brought up the Beatles, and they're the reason the Beatles are why they're so good is because they literally were playing for 8 hours a day.
Yeah,
shit.
Exactly.
And he was you could hear their progression from beginning to their prime.
Yeah, if you ever get the chance, if you do, I forget what that's called. When you play every single album, I forget what it's called.
What's his name for that?
I think on Spotify they put it up as they have a name for it. I'm looking.
Spotify has that? I'm about to switch over to Spotify.
Yeah, what do you want? Apple Music sucks.
Yeah, Mel gave me this link to switch over. I'm just too lazy to do it.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Oh shoot, where is it? The discography.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if technically, but I think that is you can see it starts with it's got all of their albums, and if you
It's a lot of albums.
Yeah, it's a lot. But basically, if you ever get the chance to listen to every single album from start to finish, from the first to the last, it's really, I've done that before, and hearing the progression through it. And don't get me wrong, there's some Beatles songs I'm just I don't like this one. And personally, just with my taste, I like their earlier stuff better than I do their later things, which is oh, so you like their pop girly music? Yeah, I do, honestly. I love that kind of stuff.
That's what you like.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like how, what's his name? Who's the Paul McCartney? How he's a bass player.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, man, because I'm a bass player too.
Do you remember when he had that song with Kanye and Rihanna? He's basically...
I like that song.
Does he just... I feel like I could have swore I heard him in the background vocals, but maybe not. But I guess he just does the instrumental in that. I don't think he actually sings in it.
It might be the bass.
Yeah, I think he might just be playing the bass. That's a good song. I haven't listened to it in a while.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
Yeah.
I forgot to even do some shit like that.
When that was pretty cool when that came out, because it's because he makes music still now, but he's just got mainly his fans. He's not, I don't think he's really attracting any of the newer generation.
Yeah.
But when that came out, it was oh, Paul McCartney's in this. That's crazy.
Yeah. Does your family listen to the Beatles? I know your mom like the 90s.
Yeah, my mom likes the 90s stuff. I got her playlist on my phone. She loves Hey Mr. DJ. We were listening to that the other day. She bops to all good stuff. Hey
Mr. DJ, would you... That one?
So what, sing it?
Hey Mr. DJ. No, I don't know it. I don't know it.
I'm staring at you because I don't know.
I don't know it.
So then, my dad... I would say probably like some Beatles songs, but honestly, you want to know why I listen to the Beatles? Wow. And some kid in middle school tried to call me out for it, and I got so angry. What? But there was this lady named Judith something, and she came to our school. You know how your school used to have the author comes in and talks to you type of day? Did you ever have those? Yeah, so she came in. I don't know how they didn't kick her out. She was cursing to 6-year-olds. We were, we were I think I was in 6th grade or 7th. No, I think I was in 7th grade. This lady was oh yeah, and this shit, and oh goddamn, and I was oh my god, there's the whole entire school is in front of this lady, and she was talking about the Beatles, but it was just that she was just cursing and stuff, so it was kind of weird because you're in middle school and this this old lady's on stage cursing, just in her normal vocabulary. Yeah. So I was this lady is awesome. I love her, and she wrote a book about the Beatles. She wrote a picture book for children, and she wrote a chapter book called A Date with the Beatle, and I bought the book, read it, and became obsessed with them. And some guy was like, you only like the Beatles because that lady came to talk to our school. And I was like, shut the fuck up. He was right, but I told him no. So then I went and listened to all their music, so the next day I could go back to school and be like, I know all of their songs, and I knew them before this lady. So it's kind of like it to impress somebody type of thing, and it ended up turning into like a lifelong obsession with them.
Just because of that one dude.
Just because that one dude that called me out. I was like, now I gotta learn everything about him.
What if you just like, yeah, you're right.
He probably would have been like, oh, okay. Like,
right, like
it wouldn't have been a big deal. Yeah. It probably wouldn't have been really a big deal. But then I went and I learned all their names, what they played. I learned like...
who's the dead one?
Ringo? Or no, not Ringo. No, I would say Ringo is my favorite.
He's a drummer.
Ringo's a drummer. John was shot. He's dead. And George died of lung cancer. He's dead. Yeah, you didn't know John Lennon got shot? Paul McCartney's alive and Ringo. But what I was going to say before you asked that was Ringo and Paul are my favorite.
Okay. How did John Lennon get shot? What was
so I don't want to get the story wrong, but I believe it was one of his fans that was like a very much of like obsessed with him, but also probably I would say have some like mental health issues. I remember reading about the story. John was never my favorite, so I never like read like yeah no hell yeah no I never read into it or like I read about it, but I never got super into it. But I do remember he was shot I think in December, because I'm not going to say who from high school because, like, I don't know if they'll get mad that I said their name. But they texted me, Happy John Lennon got shot day. And I was like, oh, my God.
What?
Yeah, I was like, that is so wrong.
Wow. You know Ari Shaffir, he kind of did that when Kobe died. He was like, Kobe was a terrible basketball player.
Who did that?
Ari Shaffir.
Oh, who is that?
He's a comedian.
He's
kind of like in the Burt, Times Square.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, yeah. Lakers should have never had Kobe Bryant. He was saying all this dick shit.
Oh my God, yeah.
The day of like Kobe died, and he was like, I was like, ah.
That's a lot. Yeah, John Lennon died December 8th.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was assassinated. So yeah,
assassinated.
Yeah, well, that's what they said. Yeah, basically a fan killed him, and then George died of lung cancer. Nothing. I think he went to autograph something. The guy shot him.
That's for fucking up that one song.
Oh my God. That's for dating Yoko. No, I'm kidding.
He dated a girl called Yoko?
Yeah, Yoko Ono. Oh my God. Everybody like a lot of people hate her because they think she broke up the band.
I seen her in a video where she's like on stage with them, like playing and like she was doing some dumb shit.
A lot of people say like, oh, that she broke up the band and that Paul didn't like her. There's always like conspiracy and drama. Like there's a conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney died and they replaced him with a copy or like a clone.
What?
And they say that one of like on the Abbey Road album cover, you know, where they're walking across the street in suits, really he's the only one. Photo. Yeah, he's the only one that's barefoot. And people are like, "Oh, that like symbolizes he died." And like, and people like compare his face, and they're like, "See, it's not the same. It's a different person."
So there's like a whole
there's conspiracies for like all those bands, but there's like stuff about the Beatles, and that one I just think is like funny. And then that reminds me of the conspiracy that Avril Lavigne died years ago and they replaced her with somebody else.
Huh?
Like a lookalike. You never heard that?
No.
Oh my God, I spent too much time on
Avril
YouTube
Lavigne?
then. You know her? She sings the song Girlfriend.
I probably remember.
That was my ringtone when I was a kid in middle school.
Avril, how you spell it?
A-V.
Yeah, I'm a terrible speller. A-V.
I am too. R-I-L.
Oh, okay.
She's like blonde.
Yeah.
She sings Skater Boy.
Skater Boy. So you think people
look at Google like Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory and it'll come up. There's like people that think she was replaced, that she died and was replaced. I'm pretty sure that there's one on her.
Yeah.
Did you look it up?
Yeah, it's on The Guardian.
Yep.
So I mean, she does look completely different.
I mean, and I think a lot of people don't realize it could be plastic surgery and also just
definitely a lot of surgery. Age,
yeah. So, but yeah, I love those type of conspiracy theories.
Do you think it's crazy how Khloe Kardashian looks completely different?
That picture of her.
Different.
We're talking about that one picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we know the pic we're talking about.
I saw something on Tinder or not Tinder. Oh my God. Twitter that was like, I love that her eyes are like at two different levels, because when you stare at the picture, her eyes are like, one's like higher than the other.
What?
Yeah, look, you gotta look at the picture. It's
They
so
fucked
funny.
up?
Yeah, like
Please show me.
if you stare at it and you look at her eyes, they definitely look like they're a little lopsided.
What if this is like a whole dynasty in their family? All right, we gotta start them young.
All right, wait, here's the picture.
Start changing their bone structure at like 10 years old. When they're 20,
I can't zoom
second
in.
Surgery.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to look at the picture. Start them young.
Yeah, we starting young by like 7, and then third surgery. By
See, look at her. Well, it'll be on your right side. Doesn't the right eye look? I'm zoomed in, so I can't move.
Wow, I see it.
Doesn't the right side look higher than the
see
left?
it.
Yeah.
A little Botox. Yeah.
Botox. That's Photoshop. You can't just move one eye up higher than the other.
No, I'm talking about her cheeks.
Oh, her cheeks. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she like.
It's just her. It's Oh, look. There's the comparison.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
And yes, I get angles and on makeup, all that. I'm not hating on her. She looks gorgeous in the picture.
Oh no, it's still fuck.
She looks gorgeous in the picture. It is just crazy how different she looks. I wish I could do that. I don't have that type of Photoshop money.
That's I wonder what Kanye West be thinking. If you go to sleep happy.
I don't know what he's thinking. Every time we're together, we always end up talking about him.
Kanye the man.
Isn't he? Does he actually have is he diagnosed with bipolar disorder?
Here's my theory. I think Kanye, when he goes crazy, he's actually talking a little bit truth. But you see the way the media labels him outright. Kanye having another episode.
Yeah,
Kanye
yeah.
going crazy. What's Kanye saying?
He might be speaking feelings that he feels.
He's a genius. I think he's actually a genius.
You think he's like a genius?
In music.
Did I make this louder by accident?
Yeah, probably through your headphones.
Oh, yeah, I did.
But I think he's a legit genius in music.
Oh, in music
that he's created?
I like his music. Honestly,
he explains himself better through music. Like him talking in regular form, that's not him.
He just needs to we all watched that thing where he talked about slavery and Harriet Tubman. That was.
But they also put it in little clips, so you can't even see what he said before that.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Not saying I agree with what he was saying, but I can see where he was trying to go to.
People, I'm sure, chop up everything too and take what he says and puts it in little pieces so that it doesn't fully make sense. But it is a shame if he is suffering a manic episode, because when you're bipolar, you have manic episodes.
Yeah.
Because you're basically on a scale, and you can tip one way and you can tip another way. And
be so kind and be so be loving, and then be so dickish.
Well, I'll use an example from my nursing class, and I'm only 2 years in. I'm not that smart. I don't know anything about
talk
it.
Your shit.
But when we talked about it in my class, when you're manic, you kind of do things impulsively. So my professor shared a story about her sister-in-law, and I won't go into super detail, but she basically she got in trouble with the law because she was doing impulsive things and without even thinking about it, and that was part of her behavior because of her disorder. So you kind of can say and do things that you don't mean because you're having a manic episode.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen those commercials about bipolar disorder and the medications? And there's this one where this person's making a bunch of sandwiches, and there's 50 sandwiches ever. It's because you can just start to go manic. You could just start to do a bunch of things all the time.
Oh, really?
And yeah, but you're still pretty fragile because I don't know how to explain it. If you see the commercial, you would understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can go to they call them manic. I'm pretty sure it's a manic episode. I'm looking it up because I don't want to be super wrong and say all this.
So that one video that we saw of him going to TMZ headquarters.
Oh, what I was saying was so you're on a scale. You have manic episodes and depressive episodes. So depressive, the low, that's the low, and then manic's the high. Mm-hmm. Manic's you're I'm going to go jump in my convertible. I'm going to speed down the street. I'm going to go 90 miles an hour. I'm going to go buy a $30,000 watch. You're at that high. You're just going. And then the other side is the depressive kind of you're in your low state. just like depression, basically. And you're on a scale, and what the medication does is it keeps you from tipping to either side.
Oh, I've never heard it explained like that.
So, what I was saying is that it would be a shame if if he does have bipolar disorder, which I've heard he has, he does have that. Yeah. It would be a shame if he was going through a manic episode and it's put in the public spotlight, because then, you know, you don't have that privacy to kind of have that on your own.
Yeah, to deal with it.
Or to deal with it with your family, or just by yourself, or with your therapist or your doctor. You know, I know there was pictures of Kanye and Kim in the car fighting, like a few days after he had said some stuff. And it's like imagine that. Like I couldn't imagine like somebody in a camera with a camera in my face when I broke up with the TJ. Yeah. TJ. I couldn't imagine that. That's like, yeah. Being famous probably stinks at times.
I love like Kanye's interactions with paparazzi. He's just like, get the fuck out my face.
What's the one where they say something like "Good morning, Kanye" or something like that?
Shut the fuck up. Like, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah. And then it's true though. Imagine if it is 4 a.m. and somebody's like, "Yo, can I get your picture, man?" Like, I would.
I just start like, what?
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm just trying to have my cup of coffee. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't even like when my family talks to me after like 11 o'clock. I'm like, leave me alone.
Did I tell you how my mom came?
Yeah, she comes downstairs to sit with you.
It was like 12 a.m. and I was watching some basketball game, and she wakes up from her sleep and just comes right next to me like, why the fuck did you just do that?
Today, I was sitting on my computer, and I showed you I was shopping for sneakers, and my mom comes over, and she's literally sitting skin to skin, like, and she puts her arm around me too, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then she's like, I'm just gonna shop with you. And then she takes her arm off of me. She like puts her hand next to mine, and she like grabs my hand like friendly, and it's just like petting my hand, and I'm like, get off. She's like, ew, get off me.
Why is it so hard for us to receive love from our family?
Exactly.
We just fucked up.
I know, right? Like, she knew I was joking. Like, she didn't take it offense, and I wasn't saying it in a mean way. And I don't mind, you know. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is. I was like, why are you touching me? Like, don't do that.
That's so funny, but.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Yeah. Like, it's weird for us to do that.
But you see it in other families. They're all lovey-dovey. Like, oh, man, my brother.
Yeah, like, I mean, with my younger siblings, because they're younger, I'm more, like, love you. Or, like, you know, like, piggyback rides or just, like, sitting next to each other. But, like, seeing how other people are, like, especially on, like, TikTok and stuff like that, where they're like, oh, doing like this like TikTok dance with my mom. No, what? I mean, my mom's pretty fun. She would do that, but like, just to me, I feel like some people might have that super close relationship. Like I told you, there's girls that are like having a movie nights with their mom, where their mom's sitting their head like on their lap or something. Like I don't do that like with my mom or like my parents. It's not something.
I remember you were like, you asked me, was like, yo, when's the last time you hugged your dad?
Your dad, yeah.
I cannot remember.
Yeah. Well, last time I hugged my dad before I went down to Brett's beach house. I was like, I haven't hugged my dad in like years.
It felt so weird.
Yeah.
That's how you do it?
Exactly. I did the one arm approach where I went around for one arm and I pat the back. That's what I did.
I do not know how to hug with two hands. I always do one hand hug. It's like I was hugging someone with two hands the other. It was like, oh, you're a little weird.
Yeah, I think like when we got tea, you did a one armed hug when I left.
I always do one arm hugs. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do two. I'm starting to show more affection. That's good. Because I realize.
Do you show it towards like girls that you're with, or is it more just like a Tomato? He had a hard time showing any affection. It wasn't like we were together that long. It felt like maybe in public, like, it's hard because we got to the point of showing affection, but then it got cut off. So I guess I couldn't really experience all of it. But like when we were partying together, he would show it, but he was also drunk. But then
when you're drunk, it's so easy.
It's so easy, yeah. But then like I would say, when we were alone together, it wasn't bad. It seemed like he was scared to initiate it almost, you know.
Remember that time we were at it was at Joe Keller's or something. The first time we went to the beach and like
that was at Keller's,
overnight.
Yeah, we were gonna go to that guy's Airbnb and that did not work out.
But you remember like I was was I drunk? I was either drunk or high. And I was like, yeah, man, I love y'all so much.
Yeah. Do you remember we walked on the boardwalk? You had your arm on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he's just kind of using me as a crutch to stand up at this point. I'm the perfect height for that.
Yeah. Like when you drink or when you high, I feel like I become more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like affectionate towards people.
Yeah. Because like you're able to show your true colors, but you're not embarrassed to almost. Like for me personally, I know that like I'm okay with being like how you like I always said, it's like I'm not embarrassed. It feels like a layer is taken off to where like I'm like, no, you know what? I am gonna like hug these people. I am gonna like have a good time. Like I don't know, it's just different.
You have to. I have to tell myself that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, no, that like when
it's
during
okay.
that night, I was like, say it.
Yeah.
Say it, boss.
Say it, damn it.
You're not a bitch. Like what?
Yeah, no, I think that was like the first time
that I've ever said some shit like that.
Yeah, that you've ever said some shit like that. But like I said, like when we were walking on the boardwalk and we, you know, just like the friendly like arm mode, that's like the first time you ever interacted with me like that ever. And I was like, I like this, boss.
It's like it's probably from my family because we really don't show that much.
Yeah, I mean, from the stories you've told me, it doesn't seem like it. When you're telling me about your dad in the restaurants and stuff.
Oh God, yeah. It's just funny, but Sule.
That's crazy. Everyone, did you guys know that Boss didn't know you could change something from the menu? Like he didn't know that you could say, "Oh, no tomatoes on the sandwich, please."
Yeah, I unless you had like, you were allergic to it. I was like, I gotta have it how it is. Like,
I hate tomatoes, but you just gotta eat them. I just gotta do it.
Gotta have it how it is. But I mean, it helps me in a way because like now I could eat anything and just not care.
That's true. That's true.
Like I'm not picky as shit.
I'm very picky, so yeah, you know.
Like, I don't want the tomatoes.
I would be like, can I have the goofy, please? Extra fries. I would like, you know what I mean? Like all the kids' menu names.
Yeah, I would just take it.
Mickey Mouse pancakes for me and make it a double. Like I was never like exploring different foods.
I always looked at people who be like, yeah, I want a burger, just no cheese, lettuce, just the buns.
Yo, TJ was like that. He'd be like, I hate all that stuff. And not get it, and I'm like, you're paying, you know, $12 for a fancy burger, but you're not getting any of that. What's the point?
The patty and the bun.
Yeah, patty, bun, cheese. That's it. I'm like, because
that is just all the bad stuff in it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Just stuff. Like
just eat it. Like, just eat it raw.
Like I used to not like tomatoes, but now I actually really like them in like my sandwiches and stuff. So
it all complements each other.
It really does. When I was in Cape May, I went to this bar and I got some food there, and it had guacamole and oh my God, what was it called? It like slipped my mind, but it was like a different type of lettuce. It wasn't like arugula or anything like that. But it looked like grass on my sandwich basically, but it was so good. It had like a fresh taste that like complemented like the cheese and the chicken. Like, you know, chefs really know what they're doing.
They do. For like a split second, I wanted to be a chef. I think
that would be a really cool job. I personally,
so cool. I love cooking for people.
I have no experience with cooking, so I feel like if I were to just like randomly go into like culinary school right now, I would fail. But I feel like if maybe you have a background in it or you really are interested in it, you like that person would end up doing really well.
Right, I just love grilling. Does your dad like grilling?
Hell yeah, he does. Come on, he's a white guy. He's a white dad. What do you think?
Hey, does he like?
He likes to use the smoker.
Oh, the smoker! You smoke something.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What he does really good ribs in there.
Okay.
And I think one time we did a pork loin in there, and that shit was so good. It was salty, but it was really good. Like the best kind of meat is like when it just falls off the bone.
Oh,
like. Oh my God.
Oh, I love videos like that.
My
I should ASMR about eyes.
Yeah. My uncle made this really, really, really good brisket before. You ever have brisket? Brisket's so good too.
There's a really good brisket place around barbecue place called Makana.
Is it in Collingswood?
Yeah. It's black owned.
I think my parents ate there before. I don't know if they did or not. They always go out to eat when I'm not home. I don't know why. It's just their favorite hobby to leave me out of that. So
keep the relationship alive.
Yeah. So, you know, they always go out to oh no, but they take the kids. I'm not with them.
Oh.
I'm just the only family member that doesn't go. Oh no. It's not that they go out to dinner, just those two. It's just I'm just not invited.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I think the day we were at the beach, all of us, my parents were like, oh, we're going to make steaks. And I was like, oh, that's fine. And then I came home and they're like, oh, we went to La Scala's, like this nice Italian place. I was like, I was like,
Dang,
seriously?
y'all get a takeout for me?
Yeah, I was like, I had Jilly's French fries for dinner. Like, thanks.
You did have French fries.
I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, my dad likes to grill. My mom's good. Like, she usually cooks dinner, so if we grill in the summer, she grills.
What was for dinner tonight?
Dinner tonight we had pasta.
Oh, pasta?
Yeah, ravioli, spaghetti,
Does she
sausage and
hand make the
meatballs.
pasta or?
She'll buy well, she doesn't make it, but she'll buy homemades. But I think this was just regular box stuff. Now my mom,
Yeah.
she be making the good stuff. Grandmom's always be making the good stuff.
Taking our time.
Yeah, like and gnocchis and like all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's called yucky. I use it with gnocchi. I'll be like, or
I say gnocchi. I mean,
ganaki.
Don't say ganaki.
Ganaki.
Now I call it gravy. I know not everybody calls it gravy, but I call it gravy.
You call gnocchi gravy?
No, like red sauce, I call gravy, like the stuff you put on pasta.
Oh.
And a lot of people don't agree with that.
What do they call it? What is it supposed to be called?
I don't know. I guess some people call it pasta sauce or red sauce.
Vodka sauce. What?
Look, if you use ragu and you're telling me not to say gravy, you can fuck off.
Yo, I think.
Because at least my gravy's homemade. Just saying.
Right. Oh, it's homemade. That must be good.
Yeah. Yeah, like, because you can freeze it and stuff. So, after your batch that you freeze, after you use all that, like on a Sunday or something, you get the big steel pot, or not steel, you get the big silver pot out, throw it on the stove, and you let the gravy just like simmer and cook all day. And then you just use, and it smells throughout the house, and it smells so good. And you make the meatballs too, and then you put the meatballs in there, and it smells so good.
There's one thing I always remember from my childhood. It's like waking up on Saturday morning and just smelling my mom make yam and eggs.
What is it?
Yam and eggs.
What is that?
It's like a Nigerian thing, I would say. Like a breakfast is eggs, but also fried yams.
Oh, okay.
So you eat that together.
That sounds so good. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yams are sweet, right?
Yeah, they can be sweet, but usually you put salt on them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But like they got sweet yams too. I'm pretty sure I had sweet yams before, but I like the regular yams.
Yeah.
But
that sounds really good.
I always remember my mom just making yam and eggs in the morning. I wake up, I was tired.
That is the best, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, she cooking.
I love when I wake up to like the smell of like pork roll and bacon.
Yeah, it smells good.
That's like the best.
Like you're about to eat good.
And what's the best? Like especially around like holidays, at least for my Lola, like when she makes like bihun and pancit, bihun and pancit are the same thing. But when she makes bihun and lumpia, it's like because it's hard for her, not hard, but like it's time consuming to make.
Yeah.
So for her to make it, she'll make it on holidays, and it's like, I'm just like, you get so excited for those holidays. You're like, I'm gonna get that good food. Like you just get excited.
Yeah, it's like
you gotta try it. I'm gonna ask her to make it. So
please do.
We'll do a live taste testing.
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, that would be fun. I think you'll really like it.
It's called a mukbang, right?
Yeah, mukbang.
It's called a freaking mukbang.
We should do that. You have to get Nigerian food for me to try though.
Jollof rice. Have you tried that?
What is it?
Jollof rice.
Mm-mm.
That's like the Nigerian food everybody would know. Jollof rice. It's like it's kind of reddish orange rice.
No, I've never heard of it.
Wow. Should definitely get that for you.
I know. I want to try it now.
Once my mom cooks it, I'll give you some.
So, I wish I just think because like with my family, like my dad he's a picky eater, so we don't like try different cuisines and stuff.
Your dad's a picky eater?
Yeah. So like my mom is very open to trying different things. Like she eats sushi. She'll eat all sorts of fish. If she'll eat like lamb and stuff like that. Like my dad doesn't. So when we order food out or something like that, we won't order from an Indian restaurant or like a different Asian food place. Like it's very much just like cheesesteaks and like pizza and stuff like that. So it's not like, so I don't really, growing up, I didn't really try lots of different foods.
My dad, when like, I had to be in like elementary school. Or so, but he went on like a consecutive like a binge of Chinese food almost every day.
Oh my god!
And he would always buy it like after work and like let us eat it. I hate Chinese food now.
Really, you do?
I don't like Chinese food.
I will admit, and it wasn't because I know a lot of people were like not eating Chinese food because they were scared of the pandemic and all of that, and that's a shame with that what happened. But I think so. The first time I had Chinese food in like probably like a year or two was when I was in LBI like 2 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah, and then I was craving it, and I got it like the week after. I was like, Mom, can we get Chinese food for dinner. I really want chicken and broccoli. So I've had it like twice in the same month.
That used to be my go-to meal, chicken broccoli.
Yeah.
With the
See, I'm very picky.
Yeah.
I don't really try a lot of different stuff because I don't try things. I don't want to waste the money on it.
Yeah.
So like I've tried General Tso's chicken and broccoli, the Chinese pizza or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I like egg rolls, but I haven't really tried a lot.
Isn't it crazy like how a lot of restaurants are probably gonna close down now?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like
it's a shame too because it's like it's not their fault at all.
At all.
And it stinks. And I was thinking like, I mean, until it gets like too cold to sit outside, I don't know what they'll do because a lot of
we were saying
like
that.
Everybody on the news is saying like there's gonna be like a spike in the winter or like in the fall. So, you know, if there is a spike, you know, and they have to close restaurants, you know, they're going to be back to square one, which was just not being open at all.
People going to be outside in their jackets.
Yeah.
Food.
Like you could do takeout, but that doesn't make enough money and you can't pay your servers.
DoorDash is just going to continue.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else?
You think they'll make like new apps or we'll find a new way to like do that kind of stuff?
I feel like it's just gonna get
more advanced.
It has to.
Yeah.
They're probably struggling right now to keep up with the amount of because they just bought the app Caviar.
Oh, really? They did? Oh, okay.
I started getting these emails saying, "Oh yeah, we're merging with DoorDash. By the way, they just bought us, so all their users are now on DoorDash."
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Right? It was like completely undercovers and everything.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Announce it.
That's crazy.
So they just bought that. So either they're just gonna keep on buying like all these other, and just make it a whole big monopoly.
Because I on the news the other day, well, when Zoom was out, some kid was being interviewed on the news, and he said like, you know, like there's other like software than Zoom like you can use, and I'm just curious to see if out of this pandemic, especially if it keeps going, like what other inventions we'll see within it. Like, is there going to be something better than Zoom?
You know, Zoom, like they was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Their whole service was down in like the morning.
Did I not just say that, guys? Did I not just say Zoom was down? Please rewind that. I literally started this off with saying Zoom was down.
Clearly, I listened to.
Maybe I did. Maybe I just said Zoom. I don't know, but yeah, Zoom was down, and that's why they were interviewing the kid on the news. They were going to they were talking to kids at different colleges, talking about Zoom, and he was saying like there's other options besides Zoom like to use. I forget which one I've used. I used a different one for work before to have like a meeting, and that one sucked. I forget what it was called, but I'm just curious to see like what will come out of the pandemic.
Definitely, we're definitely gonna see a lot of more virtual reality stuff.
Yeah, like I think there'll be a lot more virtual things. Like a lot of people are saying like different things for like school, like virtual schools might stay and stuff like that. Which, I mean, I hate online classes, but
I hate them too.
You know, they give you more work because they think it's like you're not doing as you're at home, like you're not doing as much, but it's like I still have to go to my Zoom lecture, I still have to watch a pre-recorded lecture, and then I have to do the work on top of that.
Right.
It's like, you know, and basically you're going to end up teaching yourself if you don't have a professor who is really active with it.
And plus it's like,
imagine the professors that don't even know how to use a computer.
Right. I'm like, how the hell is these old ass 10-year professors going to like adjust to this whole system, and they got to record it? Because what they were doing like before, when this shit all happened, they had to all do like live recordings. Now I'm sure they've like pre-recorded their shit. Yeah. Because when I was taking a summer class, all the classes were pre-recorded, so we never have to be there virtually. We just had to sign in.
Oh, that's cool.
At a certain time.
Yeah.
Well, from Monday to Thursday. So if they take that same thing, then that'll be interesting. But having it live, it's a little hard. I can see it's that's hard.
Yeah, like I had a class today, and we went over community agreement, just like in the classroom, because it's a religion course, so it can be pretty heated at times.
Oh, you go to LaSalle
with certain topics. Yeah, and it's hard. I was just gonna speak on like having the talk in camera because you don't meet these people, and I had recognized some of these people as seniors, and like I'm a junior, but I still find like it's so like intimidating having somebody older in the classroom.
Oh yeah, why?
Especially because this. I don't. It's weird.
So
it's
weird
crazy.
thing. Oh, they're judging
But
me
then
for
there's
some
this
shit.
freshman who always talks, and I'm like, it just must
Shut
be.
the fuck up.
It just, I guess, is the type of person you are. But I'm still really shy, so it's really hard for me to talk in the class. But then when we have breakout rooms, I was the first one talking. Like smaller groups make me comfortable.
Yeah, I can see. It's funny how like even though you're in your own room, you're still kind of shy.
Oh yeah, I'm still like I was sitting where you were, and I was in my Zoom session, and I was still like, oh god, I hope I don't get called on.
What if you just see somebody on the beach?
like on Zoom? I bet that's happening.
Well, no, guys, I'm in class right now.
Yeah, guys, just be quiet. Like I can't play spike ball right now.
Is that a seagull?
Yeah, exactly. What was that bird in the back? Oh, it's just my pet bird.
Hey, yo, nah, yeah. People can get. Have you had any like random people come inside your session?
No, my professors talked about that. They were like, we're gonna I was already in the class. My professor, it was just two students, and she was like, okay, I'm gonna let everybody else in real quick, so I'm just gonna be quiet. I just have to do this because I don't want any Zoom bombers coming in. I was like, oh my god, they really gave that the name. Yeah, Zoom bombing is the thing.
I think Zoom assassins.
That happened at Temple in one of TJ's classes.
Oh really?
I think it was
CJ
the Nelk.
probably let him in.
You know the Nelk boys.
Nelk boys?
I think it was one of them that did it.
No way.
Yeah, I think one of them did it.
That is hilarious.
They Zoom bombed a class. Yeah.
It had to be Steve will do it and started drinking or some shit.
Oh, I don't know who they are. TJ tried to show me one time, and I was like, "What's going on? What did they?" It was when they went to the winery.
Oh,
it was that one.
Those stuff. They go to Italy and just drink all the wine.
I don't know how.
Their liver.
The liver, but also so in that video, I just remember them. Like there was other like regular people there for a tour, and I was just like, I'd be so embarrassed to do that kind of stuff. Like, I can't imagine.
And have a camera filming you the whole time.
Yeah, and I just was like, oh god, I'd be so embarrassed, like doing outrageous things in public. I can't even talk on Zoom, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, they gotta feel weird, but also it's alcohol. They're a little drunk.
That's true, yeah. And they're making money from it. I'm not making money from sitting on Zoom talking. So
yeah, someone told me I was gonna make $1 million just and I gotta like make myself look like an ass at a winery tasting.
What? Wait, what?
Like if someone said they'd give me $1 million.
Oh, I thought you were saying like when I make $1 million. I was like, how are you making $1 million?
They give me $1 million to make myself look like an ass. Like,
oh yeah, I think I can do that. I would be like knocking over barrels and like burping. Yeah, I would definitely take that $1 million.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's crazy. Like how like there's so many different ways of living now. Now there's so many. I was just talking about this the other day. So the whole TikTok thing.
Oh god, TikTok. What about it?
Like, you know how they got hype houses and stuff?
Yeah, I was just... Okay, so...
What? It's
like, it'll make sense in a second. So I matched with this guy on Tinder who's a YouTuber. Yeah. He's not very big, but I started... He doesn't know I was watching his videos, because I think he has... Because he has in his bio, my name is blah, blah, blah. I am a YouTuber. You probably know me. And I was like, okay, I'll look up his name. So I found his YouTube. I'll show it to you after this.
YouTube to pick up girls.
Dude, but it's so... He's actually really funny. And he has a video of application for, like, my application for the Hype House. And he's like...
You could put applications for the Hype House?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I don't know if that was... It might have just been a joke. But, like, it was just so funny. He was just, like, making fun of them, saying, like, oh, like, I can be a part of the Hype House. I could make beds and pay bills and like do adult things. Like it's kind of crazy. Just imagine being like 16-year-old living with 10 people your age that are your friends. Like I get hype when I get to spend one night with you guys at the beach. Like I can't imagine doing that.
Hypeness overload.
Yeah, exactly. Like staying at Keller's, that was like highlight of the summer. And then like imagine being in LA at 16, getting paid a lot of money to live with your friends. Like that seems so much fun.
Insane. And apparently they're all over LA too.
Yeah, they're like there's a bunch and like
everywhere.
Like I'm not talking about them. Like I'm not saying I like them. I'm just saying like that must be fun to do that.
Oh no, they're cancer.
They're
cancer.
Bro, there's so much drama. Like literally the only two names I know are Charlie from the dancing girl and Lil Huddy because he cheated on her. That's literally all I know.
Lil Huddy.
Lil Huddy or something. His name's like
Yo,
that.
I recently watched one of their videos and they were boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they're both Hype House,
See,
but they're just boxing. I was like,
to me, it's like I think Team 10 and the Hype House are similar but different because I feel like Team 10 was more YouTube oriented.
Were they the first to do it?
I think so. Yeah. They're more like Team 10. See, because they had older people. I get like it seemed like the people in Hype House or Team 10 were older.
20,
so it seemed more so like a TV show type of thing, or like it just seemed different. Like they were more YouTube, whereas like the Hype House, and I think it's just also because like Team 10 happened a few years ago. Like were we still in high school? So I guess like even being like the difference from high school to now, like at 20, like I'm not keeping up with that TikTok stuff. Whereas like the Jake Paul stuff, that stuff would actually entertain me, and I'd be like, "Yo, what's going on?" I'd be like, "Oh, he lost that Disney Channel contract. I see."
Oh yeah.
But like with the team, with the Hype House, I don't know. I just don't know a lot about it, and it seems different from Team 10 for me because it's all TikTokers, and they're all younger, so it's a little bit weirder.
It's weird to keep up with a younger person's life. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's why I call
Have you ever seen, I don't know what it is, but there's like a Hollywood drama channel, and the same guy like follows these kids around and like interviews them. Now, I don't know if their managers hire this guy or tell him where they're going to be.
Keep them buzzed.
Yeah, to give them. But these kids seem so uncomfortable. Like
talking.
Yeah, they don't seem like they want to be like paparazzi on them.
They're just trying to buy some Build-A-Bear work.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're just trying to go through like LAX, and they're like, "Hey, I heard you cheated on your girlfriend." It's like, "Wow, buddy."
Who told you that?
Yeah, like, "Well, that's not out yet. Shut your mouth." Like, I don't know. And then it's just so there's this one girl that I don't know, I forget what her name is, but there's a video of her crying and complaining because Charlie surpassed her in followers on TikTok. And it's like people, she's like having like a meltdown about it, and like is not like was being like, Charlie's a bitch.
Don't you find it like weird how
much they care about it?
That and how many
But you have to remember,
follow them on TikTok.
How many people follow them?
How?
But you also like, I was thinking like, wow, this girl's ridiculous. But then if you think about it, that's how they make their money. So I would, I would be like, oh fuck, I need more followers now. Like she has 2 million and I have 1.5. Like
I need 3.
Yeah, I need 3. I need to make that money.
Yeah.
That's how they make money, which is like so weird to me because we have a generation. Like, I feel, I mean, it might just be in my family, but I felt like our generation is very much like, you're going to college, you're getting a degree, and you're going to get a job. But now
it's different.
But now it's changing. But I would say it's changing in a way of like, now we have people that are doing like the TikTok type stuff and like the social media type of stuff. And it's like, they're making... I'm a beauty guru, influencer, and vegan, and blah, blah, blah.
I'm an influencer.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
What is that?
Health guru, yogi master, like all of that kind of stuff. Not putting that down, but to see these kids that are like, they're kids. They're like 15, 16 years old, making a bunch of money, or their parents come from money, but now they're making more money because they're doing this, like the TikTok and that kind of stuff. And it's crazy because it's like, what do they do when they get older?
I want to know what happens to them.
Yeah, what happens when you get older?
Only like 1% of them like survives.
I mean, I wonder what's going to happen with like the YouTubers that I watch. Like what's going to happen. Like I love Drew Gooden and like Danny Gonzalez and Curtis Connor. And they're all like in their like mid-20s. And I just wonder like, when they're 50, like what do you do? Like some of them have like degrees. Like I'm pretty sure Drew and Danny both went to college. Yeah. And like I know Cody Ko and I think Noel Miller, they went to school.
I know he's a comp sci major.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so they have degrees, but it's like, what's going to happen to YouTubers that don't have that? And then look at Shane Dawson. He got murdered. He's done for. And he doesn't have any, like, there's no like backup plan. So like what happens when that occurs? I've always thought about that because like 50 years from now, YouTube might not even be a thing.
Right. There might be another YouTube, which I completely believe in.
I'm waiting for the next social media platform. I remember when Instagram came out, I was down the street at that park down there, and my girlfriend said to me, "Oh, do you have an Instagram yet?" I said, "No." She's like, "Oh, well, you post pictures on your wall." And I didn't have Facebook, so I didn't know what that meant, because I'm pretty sure you have, that's the same thing, like that reference is the same for Facebook. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And she's like, "I'll show you." And I remember looking through her old, like Instagram's old format.
That shit was weird.
And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. school, and I got an Instagram like the next day, and like, you know, I sound so stupid talking about that because like I'm sure people remember when like MySpace came out. Like I remember that a little bit, but not as much. I remember my aunt having one because she was in high school when I was like 5. But I'm just waiting for like something to take over, but it feels like Instagram kind of has it all because now they have videos, they have those things called Reels now. They've
Reels,
got
man. They was like TikTok gone.
Yeah,
Shit.
exactly. Like there's like I'm just wondering what the next social media platform will be because I think TikTok kind of was like the next one, but it's not big enough because TikTok you can't share pictures where like, and that's what people want to do.
Yeah, but now you can get paid off TikTok. Now they added like a
you
whole.
Can? Oh wow.
A whole.
Wait, what happened to that shutting down?
They're actually suing Donald Trump.
Oh wow, really?
But I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
they're suing him for that, so I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, it created hype around it, so they got some more advertisement, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just curious as to what the next social media will be, if there will be one, because like I said, Facebook has a lot and Instagram has a lot, so it's like, what more do we need?
How many social medias do you have? I have. How many social media accounts?
Does Tinder count?
No, not really. Yeah, okay.
Well, if we're counting Tinder, I've got 1, 2. I mean, so I have Instagram, YouTube, Snap, and Tinder. That's it. I don't have.
Take YouTube off. Yeah,
okay, no YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so just Instagram. Well, just Instagram and Snapchat, really.
Yeah, Instagram, Snapchat. And
I never got Twitter, and now I'm scared to get it because
it's hectic. Every time I look at it,
I was gonna say,
something.
I know it's crazy. I'm just like, I don't have a Twitter, and I'm scared to get one because
I avoid looking at that app. I avoid, like if I want to see something specific,
I just know crazy shit happens, but also I just don't know how it works, and like I don't want to worry about. Yeah. I know a lot of like people like the retweeting counts and the like tweeting things and stuff, but I just don't like. I wouldn't have anything funny to say.
It's just
that's
people
why
just
I like
talking.
I just like Instagram because I like to just post my pictures, and then Facebook. I remember being younger. My mom's like, "If you want one, I need to follow it," and I was like, "Ugh, I'm not getting."
She said,
one.
"I need to follow it."
Yeah, my mom still follows my Instagram.
My mom has a Facebook, but she don't got no Instagram.
Yeah. See, my mom, she's young and hip, so she has all that crap.
Oh wow, that's funny.
But yeah, I never got interested in Facebook. I'm kind of glad I didn't get it because like I know people that get into drama on that kind of stuff, and even Instagram. There's so much Instagram drama.
I see people who are like in like above like 25, 26, or 29. They are the people who use Facebook.
My friends
grew up with it
from college. I love you guys, but they use Facebook. At least one of them does. Pennsylvania. At least one of them does. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Katie. You're an old lady for that. She probably won't watch this, but she like actually uses Facebook. I think like I've had conversations with her where she's brought it up, whereas like I will talk to you guys, like you, Mel, whatever, like our friend group, and none of you guys will bring up Facebook. But
never
like
once have we brought up
Facebook.
No,
never once have we ever talked about that. But I feel like with her, she's brought it up a couple like times. I'm like, this is too many times for you to like
scrolling on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Or she'll be like, I found this on Facebook, and I'm like, why are you on that? You're 20. Get off of it before it's too late.
Right before you become one of them parents of Facebook.
Exactly. Before you start posting Minion memes, get off of there.
Oh my God, yeah. It's been like known that Facebook kind of messes with your timeline or whatever, or what you see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I hate that Instagram isn't chronological anymore because
I hate that.
I'm like, oh my God, I just liked a photo from 4 days ago. Yeah. Well, oh well. Like, I'm like, sorry guys.
Sometimes I like doing that to a girl. I was just like, yeah, I see you. Like,
yeah. Sorry, I wasn't actually creeping. It was just my Instagram like algorithm.
Yeah,
like,
why is that? And sometimes you just never see a photo from somebody.
Sometimes I'll be like, wait, when did they post that? And I feel like there was a lot of backlash when that happened, and they still never changed it. And when Snapchat I don't even remember what Snap looked like before the big update that they have. That it is
I
can't remember. But I remember I hated this update when it came out, and I still don't really like it.
They made us get used to it.
I'm used to it, but I still don't like it. Because I'm trying to think. I don't even remember what it was like before.
Unless we got a screenshot. It's like
I know.
It's like they just wiped it away. Like,
it's out of my memory now. Like I don't even remember. I kind of remember Instagram's old stuff a little bit. I remember you used to be able to actually there might be a feature. Maybe I just took it off mine. But you could like wasn't there an option to see where the person's photos were located? Like, you know how when you go onto your own Instagram, and like you have the option here, I'll show you on your, oh my god, of course it's taking forever, but you see how it has like, you can go to your grid or you can go to your tagged photos. Wasn't there an option in the middle that you could see your geographic location photos?
Really?
I thought there was one in the middle that had like that little
the map shit,
the little map stuff, and you could see where you're like where that
Yeah.
person put like where that person
so.
tagged certain photos.
I think so. Yeah.
I could have swore that was an option. I think they probably took it off for safety.
They also took down the who likes what. Like,
All
I
right.
love watching it because
I was about to say
Yo.
I kind of missed that now.
I remember there was someone from our high school. I think you know who I'm talking about.
All right, let's hear it.
They were liking some gay porn.
No way.
I swear to God.
You're gonna have to tell me who. I'm trying to think of who it was. Give it, just make up a name with the first letter and I'll
They
think
were twins, and right now he's in the army.
No.
Yeah.
No
Yo, I
way.
swear, niggas were telling me, and I saw it. I was like, hey.
You did?
They showed me. It was like, yo, look at this. I was like, ha 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 ha.
Oh my god. I mean, hey. Good for him. But what?
Hey,
That's
like-
crazy.
Like, that had to be the reason why they took that shit down. Like, news was getting exposed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. I always wondered. I was like, I wonder if anybody sees what I'm liking. I mean, it would just be normal stuff. Nothing
I would see
crazy.
people like the funniest shit ever.
Yeah,
Like, y'all
yeah.
like that? That's funny. That's funny.
You know, I miss there was I think like one summer where like me and Melissa just constantly send memes back and forth to each other. That's how like our friendship started to grow more. I'd be like, look at this. Like we would just
Something
send
about
stuff to each
memes.
other. It just brings people together. Yo, fuck you, Dom. You don't like memes, all right?
Except for the person, I don't know, who shows you memes all day or some shit. Like,
What do you
talk to
mean?
me. Like in person.
I thought you said the person. Yo,
No.
I really can't hear. Let me turn this up.
Like, have a conversation with me. Don't just show me memes.
Yeah, that's true. That's how like me and Mel started off doing that, and then we started to get closer just through talking.
Yeah.
Like, cause I think with like sending somebody memes, you start to
Hey, man, this is what I
develop.
like. Yeah.
Yeah, you start to develop like you're being comfortable with that
Yeah.
person, and then you're like, you start to be funny with each other,
Yeah.
and then you can start to be serious.
I like when I say fucked up shit like around you, like,
Uh-huh.
like I trust you to say
Yeah.
fucked up shit. But I feel like it tests our friendship. Like, I wonder if she's gonna say it if I say this. Like,
Literally, I see. I don't mind that. And Tomato was nervous with me going around his friends when I went down to the beach, because he's like, he was like, I just don't want them to say anything like that you don't like. Like, I'm just nervous because they're
Yeah.
crazy. Bro,
Say
they
it.
were just like our friends. I was like, dude, I don't care. This stuff doesn't bother me. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. And like, honestly, I find it funny too. And like, I mean, obviously, I don't like the people who are like, oh, dark humor. Let's talk about dead babies. It's like, that's
Hey.
not dark humor. You're just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Dead babies.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's just, like, you're just weird for that. But like, I don't know. I don't mind that kind of stuff. I think it's funny.
Nah, definitely, because
You be saying some shit, and I'm like, what excuse me? And I'm like, really?
no.
But then I don't care.
Right, you just because I don't know. The more fucked up shit you can say around a certain person, I feel like you bond.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. Well, I won't say exactly, but when we were getting bubble tea, me and Dom, and you were making fun of those pictures, I was like, oh my
I
god.
called someone fat. Like, I said what it was. Like.
I said what I said, and I was like, oh my lord. But then it's like, it's just a joke,
Yeah, I mean, also was like on this podcast we are not sympathetic towards fat people on this podcast
What?
at all. We're not like, I mean, yeah, it's a disorder sometimes, but no, we're not that. We're like, yo, you can lose the weight, like
I feel really attacked right now, everyone.
No, it's
I understand what you're saying. And as you said, I do think it's a disorder, and not to, but it is very hard. Like coming from somebody who is overweight, it is not as easy as people think it is when you have like a certain lifestyle.
okay.
Like it's hard for me because I'm living at home. I don't cook my
But
own.
I don't think you're like. I think you're beautiful.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. That's why I came on here, just to hear that. But it, it's not easy, like having younger siblings. So it's like my mom's always the one cooking dinner. And like people are like, well, why don't you do it yourself? Like you have the kitchen. No, I don't. My mom kicks me out of the fucking kitchen and says, get out. And I'm like, I don't have the money to go buy tons of groceries from Whole Foods. So there's just like lots of factors that play into it. And it's also in my genes. Okay. Like, but it's in my genes. All right. So it is hard, but I do understand what you're saying, where there's people who like don't do anything about it. Like I run every day. Like I just try to stay healthy.
You put in the effort.
Yeah, I put in the effort. But it's also like I want to live a good, healthy life. You can do that still being overweight, as long as you just eating right and doing that kind of stuff. But I understand what you're saying. 'Cause sometimes you'd be like, really? Like,
is one thing, like, especially when someone like complains to you, like, oh, I'm so overweight. Like, do something.
Yeah.
Like, don't just like talk about it.
Now,
do something.
See, I'll hear that from other girls. Do you hear that from guys? And is that why like it?
Do not care. If
no.
So
does it bug you when it comes from a girl? Not bug you, but like, yeah. Does it bug you when it comes from a girl or a guy, or is it like equal?
Yeah, when girls. Because I rarely hear it from guys. Guys don't care.
Okay,
guys, I've never... If anything, a guy just wants to be buff as shit.
Yeah, gotta get beefy.
Yeah, you gotta be... But, like, I don't really hear it from fat people or fat guys.
Yeah.
Like, that they... Like, oh, why am I so fat? Like,
yeah.
I don't hear that kind of... Maybe I just haven't been around guys like that.
Yeah.
But from my experience, it's usually a girl telling me, like, they don't like the way they look.
Yeah.
I'm like...
Well... We have a lot of pressure on us, just saying.
Yeah, true. That's very true. But like, I also think there's some things that are in your control.
No,
that you can do things.
I look at more. I think now I look at it more as a different perspective instead of like losing the weight and like that kind of stuff. I look at it more as like I want to be healthy.
That's good. That's a great perspective.
Because like, not to get all like technical and sciencey, we're talking about hypertension right now in my one nursing course, and just like it's crazy, like just how from like smoking and like smoking cigarettes and like the nicotine. Eating bad, like high sodium diet, not exercising, how much your blood vessels can shrink, or not your blood vessels, but like how much plaque can build up. Well, yeah, in your vessels, your veins and arteries, and how much like because hypertension is high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And like I didn't say that just because I just said it just in case,
Some of the audiences know.
But it's just crazy, like how much like what you do, like changes the inside of your body, not just fat wise, like not just gaining weight, but like it affects everything else. So yeah, I just think of it more now. Like I want a healthy heart, and yeah, like looking good does play into it. But if you don't think of it as that way, it can sometimes make you feel better.
Yeah, and. I don't know what it is about humans, but body dysmorphia, like how you see yourself in a mirror is not how you want it to be. Like, and that's and like I can see that sometimes in me. I can see that how other people can see that, but like it's such a big problem.
Yeah,
with humans.
It is. I mean, I definitely look like. I definitely don't look the way I want to, and like it does suck because like looking in a mirror is not easy at times. Like I mean, full body like mirror, not just like the face mirror. But it's a shame when it gets to the point where it's like it's debilitating, or when people start getting so many surgeries to fix it when there is nothing wrong, or maybe it's something small but it turns into something bigger.
It's hard to see what like other people see.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I wonder what I look like when I'm sitting at the dinner table. Like I wonder what I look like to my to everybody else around me, because I only see
what you see.
Yeah, what I see. So I don't get to see what I look like at all times of the day, and I'm like, thank God I don't. I was like, sometimes I don't want to be able to see it.
For some reason, I don't know if you got this, but sometimes like when I was younger, it doesn't really happen anymore. But like I'd like walk across the cafeteria or something, and I'm thinking niggas is looking at me.
Yeah.
Like like critiquing, and I start like, am I walking right? That's just how a regular person
I'm
walks,
still
right?
I'm still like that now. Like bug. I'm still just like I'm in Target and I'm like everybody's looking at me. I got, oh my God, how do I breathe?
All eyes on me.
Yeah, because sometimes, especially on a college campus, when you're walking across campus,
right,
you're like, oh no, everybody's looking at me, and they're all on their, they're all on their phones. Nobody's paying attention, but you still, I think that's just kind of in human nature to be like, oh, somebody's watching, like somebody's looking.
Is it because of social media?
I don't know, maybe.
Because people are always watching on social media.
People are always watching on social
media. What if it's creeped in our real lives? And we're like,
it could be like, you know, I mean, I'll be honest. I think it influences me too, especially because like, I don't know. Like I'm influenced in social media with like the way I dress and stuff like that. So then that plays into like, oh, I hope I look good when I go out, or like I hope someone notices my outfit. Like kind of like
when nobody notices your outfit,
get a little sad. Yeah, why buy these?
You wear it the next day like nobody saw it.
Exactly. Like, all right, nobody saw this one. Part 2. You gotta flex on like the new shoes. When I order these shoes and I get them in, you're gonna catch me in them. But I do agree. I think to a certain extent we kind of have that feeling of eyes on me because maybe social media plays into it. Because I think social media leads us to judge people more. Oh, so then
the way I was judging that one girl.
so you how you were judging that one person. So then you might go out in public and do that, and then you feel as though somebody's doing it to you.
Yeah. My family, my mom, I don't want to out my mom, but like my family, we'll just see a person on the street. My mom would be like, "How do they live like that?" I feel like that has no sympathy.
Yeah, I know. Literally, we went down to watch my brother's baseball practice, like my whole family, and my parents were just sitting there grinding the kids up. I'm like, they're like 12. Let them play baseball. Like, I feel like that's just something. Like, I love to people watch. I really do. I like. Yeah. I mean, like, living in Philly for school, so, like, being able to take the train and people watch, and then going to Center City and people watch, like, you see some characters, and, like, it's just fun. It's just, like, fun to, like, look, and it's crazy because each one of those people have their own lives, they're doing their own thing, and it's just, like, I just love to people watch, and, I mean, yes, it can get judgmental, but for the most part, I just like looking.
Yeah, I was in Philly the other day with some friends, and...
Is it dead over there, or is it pretty crowded? Because, like, I'm so used to going to Philly and, like, bumping shoulders and, like, running around people.
It depends on where you go. Like, when I was with my friends, we went to this kind of, like, bar lounge. A little bit of a bar lounge, outdoor area. There were so many people.
Really?
The most people I've ever seen during this pandemic. Really? I felt a little uncomfortable. I was like...
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I know.
It was, like, on top... It was, like... It's called Sierra Green.
Okay.
We were on top, sky.
Oh, like, that's so cool.
And there was a lot of people. We like stayed away from them.
Yeah, I would feel super uncomfortable.
There's a lot of people here. It's the most amount of people I've ever seen.
Oh my God.
And so I was with them, and then we went back to the apartment, and we were just chilling, having a good time, playing some music. And out of nowhere, like what looked like someone's dad and like a woman came walking in, angry as shit, and started yelling at one of the people. I was so confused.
Wait, what?
I was so confused, Brie.
Do you know what happened?
I have no fucking clue. Apparently, one of the people who lived there, like, stole something from them.
Oh.
Or something. And basically, when that happened, one of the roommates was like, "Yeah, go out, leave." I was like, "Huh?
Oh my
y'all
God.
just like what?" And so they were ready to fight these people.
It's a good thing you left.
Right?
Oh my God.
They were ready to fight these people, and I was like on the stairs, like before the door to go outside. And I see the two people that like came barging. All I heard was like a lot of yelling. Like, and they come out. The dude that looked like a dad.
Yeah. Dude, was he a dad or just looked older?
He looked like a dad, yo. I was like, I see him walk out. I'm like, yo, whose dad is this? Like, is this the landlord or somebody?
Oh my God.
And then they came to fight, and then the dad is like holding the woman, like, let's go. And she had to get her 2 pieces in, so she came back. Like, I'm not done with you, bitch. Like, everything. She leaves for a second time, and then they finally leave. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, what happened?
What the fuck?
So Like, did you ever figure it out?
Not really. I think like must have left her purse, and they thought one
Somebody
of the roommates took it
stole
by
it?
an accident.
Oh.
But there was a big misunderstanding. I was just so.
That sounds crazy. Could have ended up bad.
Like we were just in the apartment.
Yeah.
Regular.
Yeah.
This is why you gotta lock your doors, guys. Regular, just chilling, not expecting anyone. All of a sudden, door swings open.
That's
and
scary.
we're just like,
yeah.
who the fuck are these guys?
No, that's scary. That kind of reminds me of a story that Tomato had said that all of his friends and him were hanging out, and this homeless guy opened the door and just started walking inside and was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And they slammed the door on him, and then Tomato said that the guy just sat out on the porch for like.
I was waiting for them.
Yeah, he just was sitting on the porch in the rocking chair, and he had to
He's
go
one
out
of some
there
friends, bro.
and yell at him to go away. But like they were just like, "What the hell?" Like
Oh my
the guy
God.
just walked in.
He just wanted some friends, yo. He was a little alone.
That's crazy. And then Tomato said that like he was like a regular down there. Like everybody kind of
everybody knew him.
Yeah, everybody
You
know
knew him
like
by name,
like
Brian? Hey, John.
hey, what's up, Billy? Like they like he said that they just know he's homeless and like lives in, like is in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like that one. I don't know if you do know this one homeless man around here. No, he's not homeless. He's not homeless, but he's a black dude, and his name is Christopher. I've always seen him at the mall.
Yes,
You
I know
know
exactly
who
who you're
I'm
talking about. Yeah, he's at
about.
the Cherry Hill Mall all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
One time I see him. I've just seen him in different locations. I'm like, you here? Like,
I always see him at the mall all the time.
Always.
Is he still there? I mean, well, with the
know.
pandemic, I went to
Yeah.
the mall to pick up food from the bistro, and that was I haven't been in there.
yeah. Yeah.
And I would see him around here too. You
right,
know, like
right.
at other
I'd see
places.
him off on Maple.
Yeah,
I'd see him like
around the
on
area.
Malta. I'm like, yo, you just be everywhere.
yeah.
You walk everywhere. I'm like,
I know
damn.
exactly who you're talking about. That's
Right,
funny. Yeah.
right.
Do you ever see you live down that way, but there's a guy who I think he is a veteran, but he's in an electric scooter and he goes up and down Maple all the
I think I
time.
know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
see, yeah.
I always got these little local
Yeah.
people. Like,
Yeah, he just goes to, I know he like goes down to Rite Aid and everything. So like I've seen him. I don't think there's anybody else around here that I really like see all the time like that. Yeah, no. But that's funny. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Christopher, dude. I feel like
I never knew
he's
his
just known
name.
around. His
Yeah.
name's Christopher.
Oh my god, I didn't know
When
that.
I worked at Annie Ann's, sometimes I just talked to him.
Oh my god, I forgot you worked at Annie Ann's.
Annie Ann's is spot. I had my.
Do you know how to make a pretzel, or did you just do?
I know
Okay.
how to make it. I had my boss on here.
Oh, you
And
did?
Annie
Oh,
Ann's
that's
boss,
awesome.
Steve, yo, he was funny. He was talking about stealing Pokemon cards and shit.
What, from the GameStop next door?
No, he'd always go to Walmart and steal Pokemon cards, and he got
Ah.
caught like 3 times.
He got caught 3 times and still did it.
He says all of the stories on the. It's so funny.
Oh
like,
my god.
the same officer came was like, "You again?" Like
If for like Pokemon cards, like if it was
He
a
has a
flat
really-
screen TV, I mean,
he has a big collection
Mhm.
of Pokemon cards.
and they're all stolen.
No, I don't know how many are still.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's worth some money. So like if you
Oh, that's
you
cool.
complete the whole set, it's worth a lot. But
Oh, wow.
has. So I believe it's. I don't know how many. It's like 6,000 to complete the whole set, and he has
Oh my
he
God.
has like 2,000.
Oh wow.
So it.
I mean, he's
it's
got a
worth,
lot. Yeah,
it's worth some money.
that's crazy.
It's more than what like a lot of people have. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's you doing something here.
TJ collected Pokemon cards,
Oh, really?
and he sold them. Got I think like a couple hundred out of it, like 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, he this dude has bought. If he were to sell his collection, it'd be in the thousands.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's
it'd
crazy.
be high in the thousands.
That's pretty cool. Especially if you didn't have to pay for most of it. I'd like that. That'd be pretty cool, you know?
Right? Nah, yeah. But
That's
he
pretty cool.
told me he wants to sell his whole collection. I'm like, that's a really dope hobby, yo.
I would see. I get so attached to things. Like I'm so attached to my artwork that I have such trouble like selling it.
Would you ever sell it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could say the name.
Yes,
Should I say? Okay, Mr. Bruckner.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
I think I had the Camden Catholic Art Show.
Yeah.
I put my stuff in it, and our senior prom was like probably a few weeks later. I just remember him asking me. He was like, "How much would you be willing to sell this for, or sell that one piece for?" And I was like, "Oh, it's not for sale." He was like, "Can I make an offer?" I was like, "No, it's
Wow.
not for sale." And my art teacher from freshman year was like, this is like really like this could be like she was saying like this is quality stuff, like this is very good. She's like, have you considered like selling it? And I was like, no.
So people have approached you.
Yeah.
That's cool. What if they're like trying to put it in your mind that, hey, yo, you could sell this and make some money? Like,
yeah. I mean, like I've sold stuff before. I just don't like, there's certain things I wouldn't sell. Like I sold like a Harry Styles picture, a Lil Xan picture. Like I like other celebrities I've drawn.
For those who don't know, Bree is actually a really good artist.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she just
on my
got
Instagram.
a tattoo that she drew, which looks dope as hell.
On my Instagram, you guys will see my art. But I'm pulling up the picture that Mr. Bruckner was talking about. But yeah, I love art and I love doing like American traditional tattoo art style. I think that's one of the things that I would like to perfect eventually. But yeah, my art's all over the place, but it's on my Instagram, so if you guys want to check it out.
When did you start drawing?
Like serious, like took it serious?
No. First time you ever like...
First time, I've been drawing since I was little. I actually have a picture of me like 4 or 5 years old, like, I mean, I have underwear on, but like I'm like a topless little baby sitting in a beanbag chair with a notepad, and I have my legs crossed, and I'm drawing a picture.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I've been doing it since I was little, but I took it in in elementary school, like kindergarten and up. I had my Miss Lajeunesse. She was my art teacher, and she'd always like praise me for being good. Like I was better than the rest of the class, so like she would praise me for being good. And I went into high school, and my art teacher knew I was good, but she never saw any of my individual work, only what I did in class. And then I started taking it seriously, I would say sophomore year of high school, and then junior year. And then by senior year, I had tons of like cool portraits done.
I remember when you started like drawing, and you drew you had that one Post Malone, you had the Harry Styles drawing, you had you were drawing some sick shit.
Yeah, some of my favorites.
Still do draw some sick shit.
What is?
I said you still do draw some.
Oh, thank you.
You got that one on Instagram.
No, I deleted that.
Why?
Because because it's hard to gain like the followers, and like I don't do art enough. Like I haven't done art in a while to keep up with it.
But now we're in quarantine and stuff.
That's true. I did start one portrait that's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to finish it. I just really have no idea what to do with it. But some of my favorites are this Tyler the Creator one.
I love that. Yeah.
And then Post Malone ones, and like I just have so many that I really like. This is the one that Jeff Bruck wanted to buy.
That shit is sick. What the fuck?
See, everybody like really likes this one. There's like I noticed there's certain pieces of art
I would have been like 500 off the rack.
Yeah, there's certain pieces of art I've noticed that some people people are drawn to more than others.
That shit is sick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, like the best art I've made is like the art I've made like almost on a whimsy, but also kind of planned. Like I usually plan, like if you ever look at any of my art, sometimes on the back of it, you'll see my notes. I scribble things on the back, like what colors I want, what I want in it. But honestly, the best ones I make are the ones that I'm like, I'll add this in, or like, oh, let me just do this, like random.
Do you know exactly what you want to draw before you draw? Or?
No, never.
You just draw on the whim.
I just do it on the whim. I'll pick a portrait of somebody because I prefer to draw people. Like I don't do it. Like I just prefer to draw people. Yeah. I'll pick a person. I'll draw the person. I'll complete all of that, and then I just go from there. Usually, what I do is I'll pick, like right now I have a portrait of Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah.
And it's a side profile, and I'm finishing his hair, and I'll paint the background. And then once I paint the background, I'll just figure out what to do from there. Wow. Like, I'll think of things as I go along. Like, I think for him, I'm going to put a moon behind his head and add maybe either a black or yellow background, and then just go from there. It's just kind of, it's just kind of on a whim. I kind of, like, think of it as I go, but when I add one thing, I start adding more.
Do you like, know how other people processes are? Or?
I think it's different for everyone. Mm-hmm. But I do think some people have, I like to call it a style. Like, I personally feel like I don't have much of a style because everything I do is really different. Like, I can do, like, a tattoo to a cartoon to, like, a semi-realistic portrait. I'm not really good with realism, but, like, I'll draw, like, somebody and it looks like them enough. So, I think it's different for everybody and how they process it. But there are certain techniques that can be done.
Yeah.
Like just knowing the color wheel, like what colors go with what. Like I think there's artists that do that like purposely put orange and blue next to each other because they're complementary colors. I do that.
That's
you know.
true, yeah.
So I think it's different for everybody, but there's definitely techniques that probably people stick to.
How about Tom Kava has a sister, Firon.
Yeah.
Her major is like art, but bio art.
Yeah, I was talking to her about it at
She
the
was
beach.
explaining to me how like she draws bodies and
body
muscles and everything. That's so cool.
She's doing like medical art, like drawing like the pictures in the books and stuff like that, which is I actually thought about going to school for that, but I like my freedom in art, and that's not something that I would ever want to do. Like the reason I don't take like commissions is because I don't want to disappoint the person, but also like I rather make myself stuff, like I rather make something I like, and then if another person likes it, then I'll sell it, rather than me making it for that person, because I just feel too much pressure, and I feel like it turns out
they want it.
like I feel like it would turn out bad.
Oh yeah,
you know.
I get that,
But what she does is really cool, like going and seeing like cadavers, like the dead bodies, and drawing that.
I was like, what?
But it's true, like, you know, to know how to draw the muscle, you need to see it. You can't just look at a picture of it, and because you're drawing a picture of it. So I think that's really cool, and she's really good art too.
She was telling me how like she was like drawing people naked. I was like,
yeah,
do they ever get a boner when you're drawing?
Yeah, like the nude model in the middle of the room.
Yeah, they had that at least. Like,
that'd
be so awkward.
Yeah, I just. Like, I don't ever, like, people, you know, like, oh, you can go to, like, painting with a twist and, like, do all that stuff. Like, oh, you'll be so good at it. Like, I just don't have an interest in doing other things in art. Like, I thought about doing graphic design, and then I was like, wait a second. I hated doing projects in high school. I would have much rather, like, done stuff on my own. You know what I mean? Like, like I said, I like doing it for me. And if somebody else likes it, then that's nice. It's a plus. But I do it more so for like me. Like I have so many portraits that are like pictures I absolutely hate that people really like, and I'm like, I hate them because I feel like I can do better.
That's a good thing because you're really self-critical.
Yeah, that's true.
I see that in myself a lot because like sometimes I'll do a podcast with somebody. I'm like, what the fuck did I ask that? What did I do that? Like. Or I'm playing bass, and I feel
I still need to hear you play because I've never heard you play.
You will. I'm bringing my bass up to college, so like.
Oh really?
We'll finally start practicing again. Kind of left it alone for a little bit, but definitely wanna.
I definitely need to hear you play. You need to play Redbone because Tomato never played Redbone for me. Okay,
right, I'll play. I can learn that probably in a day, but.
Oh, all right. Look at you.
I want to start putting like kind of bass tunes inside the podcast.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Like,
you should have like
got this shit. Like,
yeah. You should come up with something for like when you open your podcast.
Yeah.
Like have you ever watched H3 podcast?
Yeah, I just don't know how they do their intro.
Well, I was gonna say when they do their intro, they kind of have like music playing a little bit in the background, and they like count down, and then they start going. I mean, I don't know if it's any different because of quarantine, but like the normal podcast would be like, all right. 3, 2, 1, and then like you hear the music playing, and then Ethan would come in with like his opening. So I think it'd be cool if you like had music or like an outro.
What I do have an intro and outro. Like Tom Kava actually made the intro that I have.
Oh, okay, okay.
And, outro I just do like some other song. But I have friends.
I'm such a fake fan.
It's alright. I have friends who like are like starting to make music and stuff. So I'm like, hey, I'm be glad to put you as an outro or some.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you could do like a guest, like this week as like a guest outro. We have that. That'd be so cool. Yeah.
You remember Josh Hall?
Yeah, I remember Josh Hall. Yeah.
He had he's like pretty much an R&B singer right now.
Oh, he is. Yeah. I don't even know if I like. I didn't really talk to him in high school, so I didn't know that.
He pretty much sings and raps now. So I was like.
Is he famous?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like he's going somewhere.
Oh, cool. I can be like, I went to high school with that guy for like a year.
Right. Well, yeah, I had a class with him. I played on the basketball team or whatever. But,
yeah, I remember who it was, yeah.
Yeah. And he makes music, and I was like, damn it. I was like, yeah, man, I'd really love to put your music on my podcast. And he was like, yeah, man, go for it.
So. That's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Should I start making music now so you can put
Fuck
me in
yeah!
there?
I want to put your art on the on your podcast. On
that'd be
podcast.
yeah. I should. I gotta come
And
up. See, I don't want to be a disappointment, but I should come up with something.
Anything you draw will not be disappointing.
I'll see if I can come up with something.
Mm-hmm.
If you could send me a side profile, I could maybe do a semi-portrait of you.
Oh sure, all right. Me
Yeah.
and Dennis.
I think it would just be a cool thing. I love. I mean, because I'm being lazy and I only have to draw half the face, but like a whole side profile is my favorite thing to draw because I love to highlight like. I just like seeing the person's side of the face. Like I love drawing hooked noses. That's like my favorite. You know, like a. I don't know if that's. I know the proper name, but I don't know how to say it. But it's a nose that comes out and it's like larger and it hooks. I love drawing that kind of stuff because like exaggerated features are very fun to draw.
Nothing was the same.
Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Like I probably could draw like that's like I love drawing stuff like that.
Facing each other.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Sick. That'd be sick.
And like, I mean, I'm still getting used to painting, but I could probably paint like the blue sky with the clouds.
That'd be awesome. Like when we start putting a video, I'd put that like right in the background.
All right, this probably will be done by Christmas, just
all right.
because
there is no timeline.
School is a lot.
You're good. There's no timeline. Anytime, like when we're having our the podcast logo be made.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Feng Nguyen, man. Oh God, she is you remember Feng?
Yeah,
she's a monster artist. Like she did that for us, and it took like a month or so.
I appreciate people that can do like anime and cartoons. Like,
right, she's
it's
awesome.
so hard. It's
like,
so hard.
Dang.
So this is a portrait I had started. I did most of his hair, but I'm just showing you. This is the one I'm doing right now.
Wow.
So like,
yeah.
I did this.
I wish
like,
people could see this.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I did this like it's a portrait of Timothy Chalamet. It'll probably be on my Instagram in like a week or two, just because I'll have it finished. But that was shortly after I did another portrait, which honestly it's not as good. So it's crazy. Like I go through phases of drawing, whereas like sometimes I'm super good, and then other times I'm like, wow, this is trash. This was the one I did before Timothy Chalamet. And I just don't like this one that much. I don't think it's as realistic as the other one.
Okay. Why? The hair? What? The face? What?
The face. The face. I mean, it's a different type of pose. It's not just the side of his face. But, yeah, I wasn't happy with this one. Okay. And then, like, a week later, I drew the other one.
To my eyes, that looks like great. But to you see something in it that you don't like.
Yeah, and then a week later, I was like, this one's more realistic. Look, I like this one better. So, you know, I go through phases.
Could it also be, like you said, like the way they're facing?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no, the second one, not the Timothy, the other one I showed you with the blue background, that I forget what it's called, but that pose is like one of the harder ones to draw. I remember my art teacher telling me that like the way that the face is, it's hard to get the curvature. It's hard to get the curvature. Yeah. It's like one eye smaller than the other because of perspective. Like that's not an easy one to draw, I should say. But yeah, I think for my art wise, like I was saying how like I give credit to those who do like cartoons and like anime, like that's really hard. Like my art, it's very different from that, and I can draw anime a little bit, but like that's really hard. So like props to anybody who does that.
I have a future goal of opening like anime studio or some shit.
That'd be so cool.
And I want to bring back some anime that I wish that had gone longer.
Oh, really? Like what?
Like, wait, so...
I won't know, but I'm going to nod and smile.
I don't know. You know Bleach, right?
Yeah, I know Bleach.
They ended that thing, and
what's the look, what's the decoration in Reaki? What is on the walls?
Is
it Bleach?
That's Bleach.
That's what I thought it was.
Naruto, One Piece, and all that.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, so they ended that.
So you're just gonna steal their idea?
Not even steal it.
No, I'm kidding.
Because it's a part like how some of these anime studios, they just run out of funding and they just can't continue. So
that's a shame.
Some of them I'm like you can go longer. So it's like if I ever become rich, I'm gonna just make an anime studio.
That's so cool.
Like, yo, Netflix, I got this idea and I'm gonna fund it. Like,
if I ever get good at drawing that, I'll hit you up. My favorite, I guess, anime movie. I mean, like there's all like good ones like Spirited Away, and like
you have to finish that.
I think I'm saying it right. Ponyo, the one where the girl's a little fish.
Ponyo. I haven't heard of that.
That one's cute. My favorite's Howl's Moving Castle. I know I told you about this.
Okay.
But I love it because I remember seeing it when I was younger. I don't know if The Secret Life of Arrietty counts because I could have swore Disney put that out. I mean, I guess it counts. But yeah, I love the Howl's Moving Castle. I'm actually thinking of getting, not anytime soon, but I would love a tattoo of something from that anime movie. I guess I don't know. Does it count if it's a movie? I don't really know.
Anime is anime, like
yeah. I mean the style I would say is like that. But like I know people don't like Avatar's not considered an anime.
Yeah,
and
mean,
like
you can slide sometimes because they do have a manga for the Avatar. For
I mean, I don't think it's. I would call it.
You're watching that shit on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, exactly. I would call it like a cartoon, I guess. Right. So yeah, I don't know what those movies would be considered, but yeah, I love that kind of style and like this. What's it called? Studio Ghibli. Is that how you say it?
I think I know. Oh yeah, Studio. Yeah, I know.
I think I don't want to pronounce anything wrong, but I'm pretty sure I know.
Anime
like,
is gonna come kill you.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to like, but like that's where like Spirited Away is from. Like all of those movies. I love that animation style. I think it's really pretty.
And you know, for me, I really think a lot of these shows have better plot lines than real life shows.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't sit. I was telling my friend this the other day. I was like, sometimes I can't watch a TV show because like they'll make a character that's so unlikable, and I see them as a real person, and I just can't watch it. I forget what show was on, and I was just like, this is horrible. I can't do it. I was like, I just can't watch it.
Shows nowadays, they seem so forced or something. Like
they do,
like,
yeah. And if the production value is not good, like it's just it's not.
I remember I tried watching like a show on whatever new show they had on like Nickelodeon, like live in studio show where they have like the whole audience. It was just terrible. I don't know. It could have been the one Jake Paul was on. Like I was watching, I was like, this is not funny. Yeah,
no, I think there's a lot of shows that are for like, and I guess maybe because I was a kid, I didn't really realize. But now that I watch the shows, I'm like, this set looks so fake. Yeah. Like it doesn't even look like they try.
But I can go back and watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and laugh my ass off.
Yeah, but that doesn't look like when I think about it, I don't think that looks fake or anything like that. I mean, there is that one episode where he looks at the ceiling, which I think is like I think that's funny. But like, I'm thinking of shows like iCarly and like Sam. I mean, iCarly not so much. I love iCarly, but that show Sam and Cat. Did you ever? I don't know if you ever seen it, but like there's like their apartment and stuff. It's just like it seems so far fetched. Like when you look at like everything's perfect and like everything's pink and whatever, like it's just like this seems so like unrealistic. And I get that it's a TV show, but now that I'm older and I go back and look at that stuff, it's like hard to watch. You know,
you'd be like, that didn't happen in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know the show? Well, Roseanne got canceled because Roseanne went all crazy.
Yeah.
But they continued the show with the other characters, but I forget what they call it. But like I was sitting with my grandma watching it, and the diner, like the fake diner set they had, was so horrendous. It looked like a middle school play.
What?
Like the props were good, but you could obviously tell that it was a fake window, fake lights. Like I just don't like when TV shows like the proper lighting is so important.
Yeah, definitely. Like what's the show? Seinfeld. I remember how they brought the Seinfeld set to Larry
King?
No, the other creator of Seinfeld.
Oh, huh.
Larry's son. He has his own thing on HBO called I don't know why I can't think of it. But they were showing the set of Seinfeld, and it looked like what it was supposed to look like. How the I don't know, it was the 80s or 90s?
90s.
Yeah, 90s. It looked like the freaking 90s. Like,
that's so cool.
No butchered shit or whatever.
Yeah, I really one of my dreams, which will never come true, is I would love to direct an 80s like teen movie.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
I would love to do that, but I would want to do it with like the certain camera that they use that like has like that grainy texture and like have the right clothing, but not make it so obnoxious where they're like all wearing neon. Like I feel like a lot of times
or fucking what's that, bell bottom jeans or some shit like.
Yeah, like crazy stuff. Like I just like I would love to have it like historically accurate. Like I love Stranger Things. And I thought season 1 and 2 were good. I didn't really bother to watch season 3, but I felt like they kind of got a little more extreme with the
culture.
The culture in it, like the super 80s stuff.
Really? They got super 80?
I don't think so. See, it's hard for me. Like, I've only seen pictures. I just felt like, well, I felt like some of the hairstyles weren't realistic to the time.
Yeah.
I felt like they did really good when it came to like casual 80s clothing in the first 2 seasons. Like there was this thing called members only jackets, and I have one, and my dad had one in the 80s, and the one Steve Harrison, the older character, he wears one. Like I felt like they did good with like casual costumes, and then it went from casual outfits to more costumey stuff. Like I said, the neon colors and the shapes, and like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other stuff, but I feel like sometimes when you like, I just want like a genuine movie as if it was from the 80s. Like I would love to direct something like that where it looks like it was made back then instead of making exaggerated.
Yeah, the whoever this like the costume person, they really got like a real big like duty. Like
yeah, no, it is crazy. Like the costume department and makeup, hair and makeup, if you don't have all that right, it won't look good.
Looking at like you can have a good plot, but like
yeah, exactly.
Right, what are we doing here? Why does he have on skinny jeans?
Yeah, exactly. But like it's like historically accurate too. Like 80s is easy to do. Imagine having to do like the 1700s. Like that's a lot of research.
God,
that's
you have to have historians be
if you don't,
consulting.
Then, exactly. Like because I like to sew and like I watch like history stuff. So on my YouTube sometimes I'll get recommended like historian reacts to like the movies with time period clothing, or like this one like I think it's like the girl is like a historian. It's like I react to this movie with like certain costumes. Like I react to the Titanic, and then she goes in and judges the 1912 costumes in the movie.
Wow, okay. And
so I think that's interesting because like sometimes they can be really right and sometimes they can be really wrong. Like
I
really
love
wrong.
when they're really not just a little bit, but
really
wrong.
really wrong. Like completely different time period.
Like,
I love like fashion and stuff like that. And it's so interesting to me because it's literally a time capsule of that.
Oh, definitely.
Time.
Like you remember when I don't know what the big thing was.
Oasis sneakers.
Oasis. Yeah, I do remember that.
Those?
Yeah.
Can you imagine me walking around in those? I had a pair of purple and gray. I could probably
really?
find them all. Yeah.
What about like I don't know if you ever seen.
No, wait, it wasn't Oasis. It was Osiris.
That's
what it was. It's called Osiris.
It was something.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah.
Osiris's.
I don't know if there's like I remember there's like a Heelys boom.
Heelys. My mom wouldn't let me get them because she was scared I was gonna break my neck.
I was never able to get. I always wanted those. Like, want some Heelys?
I think I got them like years later, and I was like, I'm like 15. I'm not using these.
I still wanted them when I was 15. I was like,
I feel like I kind of want them now. I feel like they were cool.
you got shoot first. You walking. Then you skate.
I feel like that'd be so cool to have them all. Like, I'll see you guys in a second, and then just like you just go down.
But then I realized how uncomfortable they were because you have basically like a little ball on the back of your feet. And
yeah, that's true. Well, they have the thing that you put in to flatten the shoe.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, you pop the wheel out and you put that in. You walk normal, and then you pop the wheels in.
I always thought so you just got to keep the wheels in your pocket.
Yeah, you just got to keep the wheels in your pocket. But hold on, guys, pit stop, and then like
hold on, guys, like, you gotta go a little faster. Let me put the skates on.
Exactly. You know what I wanted to do during quarantine? I wanted to learn how to roller skate on quads. Like the vintage looking roller skates.
Like,
I want to do that so bad.
Like, VHS set right here.
Yeah, exactly. Put my Walkman on and like my little headset.
VHS, yeah. I was seeing a lot of people do that when I was going to Cooper River.
It was
a lot.
It was. I think it's popular now. I think I talked to you about this. Like, there's girls on like Instagram and TikTok that have like started doing it, and I think it got more popular because of quarantine. I was trying to buy skates. I mean, they're expensive. The one pair I wanted was like $100. They're all sold out. Every single size.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
It's crazy.
What?
And like skates can go to like upwards of like $400.
What?
Mm-hmm.
It better be some like rocket boots.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're expensive.
Because
People use them in like roller derby.
Oh, roller derby. That indoor sport.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I know there's like female roller derby. I think it's popular among like females.
That's crazy. Like, does a high school have that as a sport, or is it
I don't know.
just,
I think it's popular in like California.
of course, California.
I mean, they got because like Venice
Of
Beach, you see people
course.
skating all the time.
Everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
is regular.
That's kind of cool. That must be nice.
It's
Because all we have is like Cooper River to go skate around. That's like a toxic waste.
Everybody,
like,
yeah, it
toxic
is.
wastewater.
People, that water is so dirty.
Did you see the video that was like trending recently of that girl that jumped into the Hudson River right in front of the Statue of Liberty? Like she was like on a boat and was like swimming in the Hudson River.
Really?
Yeah, and somebody was like, "Oh, she's like she's like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle now." Like that water is so dirty.
Oh gosh.
And I couldn't
yeah.
imagine jumping into Cooper River right now. Like
oh my god.
the people who do row, they get splashed with that water. I'm like, ugh.
It enters your mouth.
Yeah, like that's
You
disgusting.
don't know how many dead bodies are there.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
gotta be like 100 dead bodies.
You think there's like at least one dead body in that river?
It has to be. What?
You think?
Whenever 1950s when.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I thought you meant like maybe somebody recently did one.
Recently, that shit would
No.
just float up.
Well,
But
people used to swim in that river.
when it was clean.
Yeah, like probably, yeah, like a long time ago. I'm pretty sure.
A long time ago, it could have been like 50 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's
Like-
true. That's true.
Like,
There's got to be some skeletons in there then.
but it's crazy how like 15 years could really like turn a river into shit.
Well, my dad always says, and I mean, because he grew up, like when he moved to Collingswood after, I think in the 80s, so Collingswood, you had to go over the bridge of Cooper River to get there.
Yeah.
He was saying like, it was never overgrown. It literally was like a big river you could walk right up to. He said when he was a kid, there was never all those trees and stuff. And it's crazy because that was 30 years
Wow.
ago. Like 30 years is a lot for like a tree to grow.
I mean, now we're starting to kind of see how like things are changing. Like you seen that new big building. We're starting to see Wawas out of nowhere and
my
stuff.
dad took me on a trip down memory lane. We went past his old grandparents' house, and every like 5 seconds he'd be like, that building wasn't there. That used to be woods. Those houses weren't there. That house used to be
Wow.
that was abandoned and now it's cleaned up. Like he was just telling me like everything has changed. He always does it. He always says that used to be woods over there and now it's like apartment buildings. Like it's crazy. We've like built so
Wow.
much around here. Yeah, it's crazy.
They're going. Look at it like a whole forest. Good
Yeah.
place for a Wawa.
I mean, yeah, exactly. We could put a whole town there. Like, well, right by Wegmans, they're building all those like apartments over there. In the back.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
came
right
home
there.
from school and I was like, they have like 5 new buildings. Like what
Out
the
of
hell?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
There used to be
What
some
was
trees there.
that? The new Wawa on Haddam Field Road. I was like, when did this get here?
I
I
was
went there
so
for the first time
confused.
the other day.
I started going there a lot this summer.
I went there to
was
get
just like,
gas.
What in the world?
Yeah.
There's super Wawas everywhere. Everywhere. You know how I saw this one meme is like
Wawa is taken over.
it's about time they go into the West Coast. Like right now, like I remember I was in Cali. I was like, yo, where Wawa is at?
Yeah.
It's
Well-
they got like some weird gas station stops.
I know Royal Farms is like the competitor. I've never
Royal
had any other
Farms.
stuff,
I hate that place.
but
I hate the
I've
chicken.
seen it. See, I love like I get turkey from Wawa and mac and cheese, so I kind of want to compare, but at the same time, I don't want to waste my money and like buy Royal Farms and not like it.
Yeah, it was one time I was really high with my friends, and we bought like 30 chickens or chicken pieces. at
Chicken
Roy-
nuggets,
No, it's
tenders.
like actual chicken, like chicken wings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
We bought 30 pieces of like breast and whatever. Shittiest chicken I've ever had.
Like KFC type chicken, you can get that there.
Yeah,
Like you're saying, like fried chicken from that place.
Yeah,
You can buy that at Royal Farms.
yeah. And we bought it, and I was like, "Why did I just spend $30?" I was disgusting.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like it'd be any good. That's like getting sushi at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
Don't
since
do
then
that.
I've never gone
Don't
back
do
to that
that.
place. Yo, if you're listening to this and you've been to Royal Farms and you went back, you're disgusting. Like, no, I hate that place. But
Yeah, but there's so many I'm trying to think of like other things because the place by Camden Catholic Lidl,
that whole
the whole new grocery store.
Built out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. It literally came. I remember
nowhere.
them building it. I went to college, came back, and it was like grand opening, and I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah, it was like, when did this happen?
Yeah.
That is weird because I literally remember when it was a dirt field.
Dirt.
Yeah. All dirt field, and
What
yeah.
else are they gonna? I feel like they're gonna build something there. You see where no, there's way more strips of land going down that way that they can still build on.
They're supposed to build like apartments across. You know where the DMV is?
Yeah.
A little bit farther across from the golf course. They're supposed to build apartments. Remember that abandoned building that used to be there?
Yeah.
They tore that abandoned building down, and now it's supposed to be like apartments.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just constantly building stuff. It's crazy.
Wow. Man.
And like, I don't know. I feel bad for the wildlife. We're just bringing down all the forests.
When we were taking a hike, we were talking about how like people just one day we're just gonna see a Wawa stops on hiking.
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
A great place to put a Wawa right
The
here.
good thing about national parks is like you can't touch that stuff.
They're protected.
Yeah, thank God, because we need that. Like, I don't know if people think that new land's going to appear, but it's not, and we don't need that many Wawas. I can literally walk to 2 Wawas from my house right now.
Oh, yeah.
We can walk to that one over there
Yeah.
on Haddonfield Road. Well, they're both, there's that one on Haddonfield Road or the one by CCHS. We can
Yeah.
walk to both of those right now. Like,
Isn't that
I don't,
funny?
yeah.
And we,
I don't need
and
that.
we need another one.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. I don't need another Wawa near me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's funny how like all these I feel like when we were hiking I was like 3 more of these hikes and I'm gonna become like a nature activist.
Oh my God. Are you gonna start like wearing bandanas and crystals and like sing psychedelic
The second time
stuff?
I went hiking we were picking up trash. Me and my
That's
friend.
good.
Yeah, we were picking up trash.
I that is good. If I'm at the beach and I see trash, I'll pick it
Yeah.
up. I mean, now it's a little different with Corona. It's kind of like, oh, that's a little.
Yeah, we
I don't
had
know if
gloves.
I
We
should
had
touch that.
gloves.
Yeah, but like, touch it, wash your hands. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, no, if you are a person who throws their trash on the ground, just know that I hate you. Just know that I hate you, because like, don't do that. And I know
doing that.
someone.
It depends on where I'm at. If I'm like in some disgusting part of Cam, then like I'm like fuck that.
You're making the situation worse, boss.
Yeah, okay, yes, I know. I'm gonna try harder, Bree. I'm gonna try harder.
I literally was at the dollar store and this kid opened his car and just threw all of his trash from his car into the parking lot
What the
and drove
fuck?
away.
Like, I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, I feel guilty for like a little straw piece.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I'm like, oh no, this gum. Like, gum literally is like, it'll just go into the ground and just
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, oh God, this gum, I feel so bad. I'm throwing it out the window, but it just tastes bad. But yeah, this man just took his whole car and just like basically turned his whole car upside down, just shook all the trash out and left. And I was like,
oh
what
my
the hell?
gosh, like the parking lot was his trash.
Yeah, like you could easily just drive up to like a Dunkin' or
Yeah.
a Chick-fil-A and throw out your trash or something.
You
Like
just had to release.
like I was at Target and I had a Chick-fil-A bag and I didn't throw it in like on their lawn, like right, and there was a trash can at Target, so I just threw it out there because like
You're a nice person.
I didn't want it in my car, but I'm not
You're a
gonna
nice
leave it on the
person,
ground.
Bree. You care about the
I care about
earth.
the earth. Yes, there is so much trash. It's disgusting.
Tree lover.
Shut up. Tree hugger, get it right.
Tree hugger. I'm sorry, yeah, tree hugger. Where'd that come from? Tree hugger. Yeah.
Like maybe like hippie movements and
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
You know, and like, I don't know, loving trees.
You know what's so funny? What thought just came into my mind? This is like so off topic, but I remember being in high school and being on the soccer team, and one of the players telling me he had 2 moms.
What made you think of that?
I have no clue. It just popped up in my brain, but
Did he openly say it, or were you guys talking about it?
it was during that J term thing where I was doing
Okay, yeah,
writing
yeah.
for laughs, and he was like, yeah, people find it crazy the fact when we were doing like open monologues, he brought the fact that he had 2 moms. I thought he was joking, and he was serious. I was like,
You can make
no way
mad
you
mom
have-
jokes about this kid. No, I'm kidding.
He got 2 moms. I'm like, yo, who wear the strap?
Oh.
Yo, who wear the strap, bro?
I mean,
Who
that is
wears
a
the
serious
strap?
question.
Yeah, like who is? That's just
That's crazy.
growing up with 2 moms. Like,
Yeah.
no dad. Like that's well, one of them got to be the dad. Like
No, did he have 2 moms because like
they're lesbians.
okay, but
Yeah.
does he have 2 moms because their moms got like a sperm donor, or because
No.
the mom was married to a man,
I
had
should-
the kid, and then
I don't
than
think, I never got that.
Oh, okay. Because like that's different. Because like it is different if you have a dad and then two moms.
I
but
think he was raised with two moms.
Okay, so yeah, maybe
he's known it his whole life.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, all right, Mom, who's cooking dinner today?
I mean, it probably ends up feeling. It's just you have two older presences in your house. I mean, it ends up just being the same thing.
I wouldn't be tripping if I had two moms.
Yeah.
More loving and caring.
Yeah. I think, that is true because, like, depending on the parent's personality, if it's two loving mothers, like, you have double that, which it could be nice and probably overbearing at times.
He was a gentle spirit. I would say that.
Do I know this person? Were they our group, like our age? No.
No, he was younger than us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he was a cool dude. So, yeah.
That's cool.
So if you
actually, it's funny because I know another person that has two moms, and then I think another person. I don't want to say their names because I don't know. But it's two girls, and one of them has two moms, and the other one has two moms. But I don't know anybody that has two dads.
Two dads, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that on TV. Like,
yeah, I've seen it in the show The Loud House, the cartoon on Nickelodeon. There's two dads, Mr. McBride. But that's an animation. I don't know anybody in person.
An animation with two dads?
Yeah, they're very... And there's also like a lesbian daughter. I love that TV show. My siblings and I watch it.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that's how my little sister knows what being gay means.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she learned through that cartoon. And she's like totally cool with it.
You know how the whole George Floyd thing, the murder... Sadly, you heard about Jacob Blake. That thing is crazy.
About what?
Jacob Blake?
Oh, yeah, well, what happened recently?
Yeah,
I showed my mom the video today. Yeah, I showed my mom the video. Because she's a nurse, she's like, not, but I was like, Mom, this is a lot to watch, so like, just be ready.
I did not expect those gunshots, like the way it came. How many there was.
It was heart wrenching. It was like watching it go down and then hearing the car. Like the car horn going off because his body, his body fell.
Right, you're just
that's crazy.
Oh my gosh!
And I think my mom was reading that he like severed his spinal cord and like he's not gonna.
Is he paralyzed from
the waist down? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
They shot him in the back. What the fuck did they expect? I mean, like
point blank.
Yeah. There's no reason for that. It was disgusting. When I watched the video, and like I didn't know. I mean, I knew what happened, but I didn't know what was going to happen in the video, and when I
did not know. Yeah, I watched it on Instagram.
Yeah, that's
Instagram
because they censored it on the news. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw it, and I was like,
my heart.
I was like, oh my god, like my heart was racing, and then when the young lady comes over and is like screaming at the end, at the end when she comes over, I was like, oh my god. And at the time I didn't know that his kids were there too.
They were in the back
in the car.
Their birthdays.
Yeah. Oh my, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know it was one of their birthdays.
Like
that was
terrible.
like, I just was like, like
after all these protests, that still happened.
You're at a loss for words, and then people are still out here like not in support of like the Black Lives Matter movement, and it's like, how can you not? After seeing that,
right?
Like, and I'm like how everybody says, it's not saying that like the counter movement, which is all lives important. We're not saying that. Like, that's not the point. It's just saying that like the
ACAB.
Yeah. The Black Lives Matter because like the people are getting killed and like for no like that was so uncalled
and
for.
You see it right on video.
Yeah. It's on video. Pretty sure he had the guy by the shirt or something like that, and then all of a sudden he just shoots him. And it's like, are you that much of a coward that you had to shoot him?
Right.
Like there's two cops there.
Right.
And like,
I think there was 3.
Oh, there's 3.
I think there was more.
Like, what happens?
On the camera.
Like, what about like talking to the person or like? There's 2 of you. Like, why can't two grown men take down one man?
There's so many ways to de-escalate that
Say,
situation.
like, their de-escalating techniques, there was none.
Clearly,
there is none. None.
And the reason, like, I brought that up was because Dennison was showing me this video, and it was like, the show Arthur with the bears and shit. Mm-hmm. They were talking about the George Floyd murder. They're like, hey, and he was talking to one of the white bears.
Wait, that TV show's still on?
Yeah, it still goes PBS,
Oh, okay.
PBS for kids. But Arthur was talking to the rabbit, and he was like, hey, did you see the George Floyd thing? He's like, yeah, that was terrible.
But I find it so interesting how these networks are starting to like adapt.
Oh, I didn't know that it was in the TV show.
Right, so like 8-year-olds, 4-year-olds are starting to see this.
Yeah, they're starting to see that.
They're introducing the idea of what racist is.
Yeah,
and we were talking about it. We're like, we never, when you were younger, we never really talked about race.
We
or
never
anything.
talked about it. No.
I never cared if you were like black or white. Or anything.
Yeah.
But now,
that's like me with like I remember. I was wearing a rainbow bracelet. My parents were like, "Do you know what that means?" Like I had made it. It was like, you know, like those string bracelets that like girls make.
Yeah.
It was like a rainbow one. I remember my parents being like, "You know what that means, right?" And I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Oh, that's the gay pride flag." And I was like, "It's a fucking rainbow." Like I was like 8, and I was like they weren't saying it nasty. Yeah. It was just like I didn't know what it was, and I didn't care because I was just like, I like it. Like I like this rainbow. I'm gonna wear it. Like like you said, nothing. And I'm very happy and grateful. I went to a public school that was really diverse because I knew kids from like all like I just knew kids from everywhere, and like everybody was different. You know, like I feel like sometimes when you go to like certain
Catholic schools be predominantly white.
Yeah, like a Catholic school it's a lot of white kids, but like with public school, I had kids from everywhere, like black kids, Asian, Hispanic, like. There was obviously white kids, but we all got along, and like it was never like a problem. I don't actually, honestly, growing up, I don't think there was any like I don't remember ever like there was never like fights, I guess, about race in my school that I remember like in public school, like my middle school at least. I don't remember that kind of stuff, and it is crazy how like now that's being brought up to kids at such a young age, because I think. I said something. I said, "Do you know what being gay is?" to like my sister. She's like, "Yeah, it's like the dads from the TV show, the Clyde's parents, because the little boy's name is Clyde." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "What do you think of that?" And she's like, "You should love who you love because it makes you happy, and it doesn't bother me. I just mind my business." Like she literally said that, and she just turned 8.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
cool.
I said something to my brother, and I asked him again the other day, and I was like, "Why?" And he was like, "No, I don't really care. Like he doesn't. He's his motto about things. He's like, I don't care. But I just like I personally want to raise them to be like accepting of that and stuff like that. So like having a TV show with that too, it makes it even better and more of a learning tool as well. But
I'm interested to see like what it does to introducing them like at such an early age, what it is, and like what their ideas become when they grow older. Yeah,
because I mean, you are influenced. It's where you grow up. Like everything around you influences you. But like I'm just curious because like you said, they're teaching about race and stuff. But like you can sometimes learn that from your family. Yeah, and it's like. You can have like a family that's super racist, but then grow up not being like that because of other influences. And like hopefully TV shows will be able to teach that. Right. You know?
Right. Well, Brie, we've been talking for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy how the time
yeah, that's really. I told you I wanted to be in bed by 12.
Yeah.
I got clinical tomorrow.
I was like, oh, she got to go to bed.
That's okay.
But yeah, we had a very thoughtful conversation. You know, at first, like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about?
Yeah.
But we ended up talking about.
I ended up talking about school, which was so boring in the beginning.
It's all right. It's whatever we talk about. But I really enjoyed this podcast with you.
Yes, me too. Thank you for having me.
You'll definitely be on for future episodes.
Yeah, let me hear the reviews, the Yelp reviews.
Hey, that's all right. Well, put your Instagram handle again. What is it?
Oh, my Instagram, Brie Brock.
Brie Brock.
BRIBROC. No, oh my God! Don't listen to him. It's Brie Brock. My name, it's Broccoli, idiot. Brie Brock. BROC, not a K, a C. Brie Brock.
Yeah, go follow her on here, and that's the pod. Thank y'all for listening. Fuck y'all.